Hey guys, welcome to episode 205 of 4Play Animecast. It is the 17th of September, right in the mid of, I guess, the fall season starting, I guess, in just generally, but we're just a couple of weeks away from the bulk of the fall 2022 lineup just about to hit us. And we do have quite an interesting lineup prepared, so we're just going to go through it real quickly. And yeah, again, I am your host, Spire, and here with me are my compatriots, Toast,
What?
Near,
Hey.
Dark,
Hi.
and we are all here today. Again, we're just gonna go through things real quickly. It's gonna be the previous show. We're gonna do our standard thumbs up, thumbs down. I'm just gonna go through each. Sorry. It's gonna be a lightning round. Although I say that every time, but then like every
Yeah.
time we always end up, with one or two series where we keep talking about it for like 15 minutes on end. But it's gonna be quote unquote
Yeah,
a
but now
lightning
we just
round.
have one or two series.
Yeah,
So
exactly. We have exactly one series that we know. Yeah, exactly.
realistically, I think we're gonna be. I think we're gonna
We
be
we
all right.
actually before this podcast we were actually just saying like we should just call this the Chainsaw Man preview show. I don't think I don't know like
Hey guys,
this is the
Chainsaw
show,
Man's
right?
coming out. Don't know if you
Yeah.
knew,
Yeah.
but it is. So
I see like the numbers on that thing. It's like 17 hours ago, Chainsaw Man trailer. It's like 1.7 million views. I'm like, bro, come on, Jesus Christ. But yeah,
Chainsaw
so
Man, never heard of it.
yeah, exactly. So we're just gonna go through lightning round. I'm just
telling
gonna
me they put
cover
a man in a chainsaw.
yeah, exactly, or the Chainsaw on the Man. And we're gonna go through each series real quick. I'm just gonna cover it very quickly if I can, and then just go. Each person is just gonna have a brief impressions or thoughts on it. A couple sentences, whatever. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Maybe I'll try watching 2 episodes, and that'll be it, and then move on to the next.
2, Spire, 3. You're thinking of
3. Yeah,
3.
that's the rule. I apologize. Toast, you're correct. And at the end of it, we're just gonna cover what we thought of the last season, as well as our general impressions on the upcoming season. So yeah, we do have approximately, I want to, how many series this season? About 50 shows in total for the season that have been explicitly announced are going to be coming out in the next month or so, right? Um, and out of that, around 28 or 27 unique series. And when I say unique series, I don't mean, sequels or like, like children's shows, right? And I am counting Digikara under children's shows, so that one's gone too. So yeah, 28 unique series. That's approximately around the same number as we had previous season. I believe we had around 26, 28 unique series and around 48 shows total that was announced. So pretty similar ratios there. But yeah. Anyways, I
Get
am going to
ratioed.
I am going to post the playlist. We have a playlist of the trailers of the series that we're going to be covering throughout this podcast, and that's going to be also available in the descriptions for our podcast here. So here we go. All right, let's go get on right through it. First on the list is My Master Has No Tail. This is a manga original. Uchi no Shishou wa Shippo ga nai. And this is done by Lightem Films. Apparently, Lightem Films is doing like at least 2 or 3 series this season. They're pretty busy this season. So yeah. In Japan's Taisho era, 1912, 1926, Mameda is a shape-shifting tanuki girl who dreams of becoming human. Mameda transforms her outward appearance into a pretty, raven-haired human girl and heads to the bustling city of Osaka. However, people instantly see through Mamoru's disguise, and one beautiful woman ruthlessly says to the dejected Mamoru, "Go back where you came from." As it turns out, that woman named Bunko is herself a supernatural creature who transformed herself into a rakugo, or a rakugo storyteller. Mameda begs Bunko to become her master and teach her the ways of playing a human. So it's another sort of rakugo. It's a mixture of rakugo, and it's set in, again, what I like to call sort of the Elizabethan Victorian kind of romance, or not. I wouldn't say like Elizabeth. Would I? Yeah, Elizabethan Victorian romance kind of style equivalent of Japan, which is again the Taisho era. So yeah, what do you guys think? Near,
No.
not into it.
But
No.
Nier, you love Rakugo.
Yeah, I
mean,
gotta watch the
yeah,
raccoons.
but I don't know. This doesn't really. This seems more like a slice of life thing. It doesn't really seem like a.
Yeah, it's
I mean,
not.
if
like
I'm
a focus on
wrong,
the Rakugo. It's like a slightly comedy slice of life focus and not the Rakugo
yeah,
focus.
like if it was more
I
like
think
a
the Rakugo is going to
drama,
be more of a tool.
yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Dark. Yeah,
I'm going to give it a thumbs up. May as well.
Are you gonna
know.
wait? Can I? Yeah, are you gonna at least try watching maybe like an episode of it, or maybe or no? Just like this
I
just doesn't seem
mean,
like it.
I might check it out if like one of you guys like says it's more like.
Oh yeah, okay.
Because if it's just like a slice of life thing, I'm not really interested. But if it's more of like, if it's a bit more character driven, then I'll definitely check it out. But
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Toast.
No,
Yeah, I mean, I might check out a couple of episodes too.
not enough words in this Rakugo. No thanks.
Not need more Rakugo in this Rakugo. So yeah. So I'll probably be the same. I'll maybe check out 1 or 2 episodes, but obviously it would be nice if it went more towards the standard Rakugo series that we all did love. So yeah.
Who's
Next.
we? Who's we?
Most people that
Yeah, I hate
the
Rakugo.
collective, the
I
royal
hate
we. I meant the
Rakugo.
royal we. Yes.
You can't say we, the royal we spire. We're still in the lying phase. Is that what it's called?
I don't know what
What?
the phases are, but
We're still in the queen's lying phase, right?
oh the rest. I don't know what the fuck the morning period or whatever it's called, but yeah,
Yeah, the
probably.
Maybe
morning
she should
period
start
is
telling the fucking truth.
glad.
So yeah, next on the list here is Noumin Kanren no skill pack. Wait, Noumin Kanren no skill Bakka Agetetara Nazeka tsuyoku natta. I've somehow gotten stronger when I improved my farm-related skills. So this is the first isekai that's hitting us out of the gate here today. This is a light novel original. It's probably a web novel original, but I haven't checked for certain. It is being done by Studio ACAT, who is known for mainly their work in doing 3D CGI stuff, 3D photography, so on. I think this is not their first work, but this is apparently they did or helped with frame arm girls as well as the LBX girls stuff. So yeah. This is just like a resident sleeper, yeah. So yeah. A young man named Al Wayne vows to Al Wayne. What is this name, bro? All right. Vows to max out all his farm-related skills and become the king of farmers. He finally accomplishes precisely that to live as the best farmer that ever was. However, on the day he mastered those farm-related skills, his life took a completely different direction from farming. So I feel like I've seen this title, but I haven't actually. So every isekai, yeah. Yeah. I feel like I've seen this, but or not. I've seen the title for this, but I have not read it. But I mean, most of it's just like there are similar series to this where most of it's just like it's split into two powers mainly, right? It's like one is like I farm so well, I become so rich, and all like the crops and food I grow are so delicious. So, I'll charm everybody with my cooking skills and the quality of my crops, and I'll become the richest man in the village or something like that. Is the first sort of general subset of like what this power fantasy is, and then the second one is my farming powers accidentally become battle powers, right? So it's like I've my you know plowing skills become so powerful that I accidentally gain like 999 strength, and so now I'm able to defeat this dragon with my rake alone or something like that. It's sort of the second subset of what happens in these sorts of farming related soul life power fantasies. Again, I have not read the series, but I'm guessing that's like what's sort of going to happen. This isn't the farming one you were thinking. where he goes for monsters. And it's more like a Raid Master vibe. Yeah, I mean the farming fit stuff is always like very collection heavy. What I mean by collection heavy is that the story always becomes like I have a farm, and then like random like monsters and demi-humans and like people that are like in trouble or hungry like kind of stumble upon his farm, right? Like a bunch of dark elves that are being chased by slavers will like stumble onto his farm. It's like, please help me, I'm so hungry, I can't, I'm being chased by slavers. And then he'll like help them out or something like that, and then they'll become healthy and like start working on his farm or something like that. So that's usually how the shit goes. I'm probably not gonna watch it. If I did want to watch it, I'd probably read it, to be honest. So probably thumbs down unless it magically gets like rave reviews for its visuals or something. Dark.
Lol.
Lol.
No.
LOL. Near.
No.
Okay. Are you sure? You
Yeah,
know, do you want a second opinion?
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure.
So Toast, I will speak for Toast. Toast is
Oh, you
probably
won't?
gonna watch.
What do you want?
Oh, okay.
How
Are you
dare
gonna
you
watch
watching
speak
this?
for me?
Are you watching this? Oh no.
I mean,
Okay.
I have to, but no, I'm not
Yeah.
going to.
Okay.
I know what this is. This is the exact opposite series of what you think it is.
Okay. Wait, what do you mean by that?
There's not enough farming in this series, is what I'm saying.
No, I didn't expect that much. I mean, there are so okay. So what? To clarify what Toast is saying to the listeners out there, there's also sort of like two variants in the level of farming stuff there is. Like in one type of farm is Kai, like farming is like 4 out of 5 chapters. Like you'll just have development. Oh, in this chapter I did this with my farm. In this other chapter I did this with my farm. Blah blah blah, and that'll be one variant of the farming isekai. And the other variant of the farming isekai is generally just like you'll have a section, like a small section of a chapter, be like, yeah, I did farming stuff, and then the rest of the story is just like, by the way, now that I'm a great farmer, I can do whatever I want. That's sort of the other variant of farming isekai are there. So those two variants. One is all the farming trivia, and two is none of the farming trivia.
And this is the latter. None of the farming trivia.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
oh, I just happen to raise farming related skills, but I'm actually super strong, and I'm like,
Oh yeah, I talked about that too. Were you
oh,
there when
thanks,
I was
bro.
just talking about it? Yeah, yeah. It was like one type of farming isekai is just like, oh, I do farming so well, all my crops, and I get so much money, and I charm everybody with the quality of my crops. That's one. And then the other one is like, my farming skill is so strong that I accidentally raised like 999 strength, and now I'm like super strong. And like that's the other type. Yeah. So,
It
anyways,
sounds like a lot of propaganda to me.
yeah, gotta watch all those farming guys. Gotta become a farmer. But yeah, next on the list, sorry, is Raven of the Inner Palace or Koukyuu no Karasu. This is a series by this is actually being headed by Bandai Namco Pictures directly. Apparently, this is a no? It's just a novel on Anime News Network. So it must be an actual like not like a proper, but it must be something like Kyokai Senju no Horizon, where it's like more of a full like developed like book, and it's not just like haha anime girls in chapter 1 or something like that. So we'll see how this goes, but it is a novel original. The summary is Uki is an imperial concubine who has never been called to the emperor's bedchambers and maintains a singularly unique life within the harem chambers. Seen by some as having the appearance of an old woman and some others as a young lady, she is known to use mysterious magic that helps with everything from finding lost items to inflicting curses. When a circumstance makes the emperor call on her, their meeting will change history. So I do not know.
Is this Japanese or Chinese Empire?
This looks. I'm pretty sure it's Chinese Empire.
So are you Chinese or Japanese?
Because it looks Chinese,
Yeah, I don't blame you.
but it also could be. I don't know.
Yeah.
And I think it
this
is right because like the headdress and the attire,
yeah.
Chinese.
Near. What do you think?
I'll probably check this out. I mean,
It kind of sounds like a mix of like you know how like stuff like Majo no Tabi Tabi or like Kino no Tabi, stuff like that. It's like this sort of like journey, but it's like you have the person who's like who might or might not have powers, and they give like solutions to people right along the way,
Yeah.
and she meets up with me. It's like that, but then I guess in the middle of it, her plot, her character development plot is also involved in it. That's
Yeah.
kind of sounds like what it
Sort
is.
of like a slightly more focused like Mashishi or something.
Yeah, exactly. Good call.
It could be good. It could be mid. I don't know. But yeah, I'll
Yeah.
check it out.
I don't think there's much of a chance that it could be like terrible. Usually these sorts of series don't end up being like really terrible because there's only like a
Usually.
certain subset of like authors that really want to write like very like dry series like these, you know what I mean? So yeah. Dark, what about you?
No, I'll probably wait and see.
Okay. I will probably check it out. I do like these sorts of series again, kind of like how Nier does as well. Toast, what about you?
Huh? No.
No? Okay. Next
No
on
thanks, bro. I don't like being called a concubine.
I know. I'm not sure if that's the what the series is calling you.
Also, it's too topical for me.
What?
What does that
Wait,
mean?
wait, what? Wait, time out.
We're,
What is?
we're still in the lying phase,
Listen,
Spire.
man.
Oh, going back to the royalty.
No,
Yeah,
yeah, no
exactly.
royalty.
Yeah.
Ancient
watch
like-
any series on
ancient China is
royalty.
too fresh, bro. It's too
Yes.
recent history.
Also, yeah.
Gotta
Too
respect
soon.
the
Too
gotta
soon.
respect the royalty talk here. Anyways, next on the list is I'm a villainess, so I'm taming the final boss. Akuyaku Reijou なのでラスボスを勝ってみました. So that's what is this? Done by Maho Film. Maho Film. I'm not sure what they did. Oh, they did Grace of the Gods. By the Grace of the Gods, they did a couple of other isekai stuff. Yeah, they did most of their major series that they've headed recently is with isekai stuff. Leodale, by the grace of the gods, I'm standing on a million lives, stuff like that. Let's see this. So
Speaking
when
of
Eileen,
Kamikaze, blah 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 blah, season 2. Oh, I
yeah.
sure love slimes and slimes and slimes.
When Eileen, so this is the summary for this villainous one. It's a light novel original. When Eileen regains her memories of her past life, she realizes she's doomed. To get out of her situation, she decides to capture the heart of the demon lord. So, somewhat of a twist, but usually that's like the sort of twist that you see in these like villainous series.
Is it a twist, Spire?
Not
Demon
really.
Lord's
but
hot.
Yeah. I'll check it out. I know like there's some people like that. I don't know. It really depends on like the character development, but it's whatever. I might check it out. But yeah. Dark?
I might check it out. I don't know. It seemed like a decent premise, and then parts of the PV seemed okay, but then other parts seemed not very. I don't exactly have my hopes up, but
Yeah. Okay. Near?
What's the difference between this and like the what was that other one where it was like I'm the villain in like a Otome game thing? Isn't this kind of like the same deal?
That's the one. That's the one where she is. So there's a couple of things. So there are two main things that happen in these sorts of villainous isekais. One is the I'm just gonna live my peaceful life, so fuck you all kind of thing. So it's like I'm a villainess and I'm headed into this route, but I don't really care. So I'm just gonna be myself. I'm gonna be nice. I'm just gonna live a quiet life. And then all the boys come and try to mac on her because she's so nice. That's sort of one subset or one variant. And the other variant is I'm villainous and I got chucked into here and now I'm going to die because that's what the route has me do, or I'm going to be chucked in jail because that's what the villainous route is. So I'm going to try to avoid it by doing weird stuff like making up, macking with the demon lord, or going out with the prince, or trying to um, make my fiance who's like an asshole not an asshole or something like that. So that's sort of the other variant of these villainous isekais. So I think usually so usually you'd see those two, and this one would fall into a little bit of the latter where she's trying to change her route because it's
Right.
fucked.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really too interested. So
Okay.
so
Toast.
Huh?
Toast, are
Yeah,
you
I'm
gonna
gonna
watch
watch it.
this one? All right.
This falls under the villainous thing. It's alright. She's not as dumb as Katarina. She knows what she has to do, so
Hmm.
I mean, and the series can be neatly wrapped up in 12 episodes, actually. Because I only read the manga this, and it wrapped up pretty nicely. So this is be a perfect size for 12 minutes.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's definitely something. I'll watch it. I have no reason not to.
Yeah. Next on the list. Oh, this is the smut series of the season, right? By the way, when we're talking about like the smut series of the season, there's like for like when did this start in here? Did it start in like 2020 or 2019? When did it even start? Was it
I feel like
2021?
I don't know, man. It's been a while.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah. It's like we knew when it started, but it's like it has been a while. But
yeah.
like it started in like 2020 or something like that. I think it started before COVID actually. And it's usually like every season has this like one series where it's like some girl. It's like smut involving like a monk, or a smut involving like a firefighter, or a smut
I don't know,
involving like
According
Spire.
a
to
You
kid.
tell.
ANN, it started in 2018.
Jesus Christ! Oh my god.
Yeah.
And usually these are sponsored by a studio, or not a studio, but an organization slash publisher called Comic Festa. I don't know whether this one is, but yeah, this.
It is.
Okay, yeah. So this is the official Comic Festa like smut series of the season. It says, veteran solo camper Kensuke forms a camping group with 4 girls. Wow.
Wow.
I don't
Who
know.
must be? Um.
Yeah, Spire. You're the expert on this. You did the Titan
Oh,
one.
yeah, the Titan, the Bride, the what was it called?
That's
The Titaness's
Titan's
Bride, or the
Bride.
Titan's Bride? Yeah, yeah, yeah. The
that's
Titan's
on a
Bride. Sorry.
level of skill that I can't. That I can't hope to live up to.
Is anybody like? There are no like. Okay, so there are no voice actors that I can see here, but or like that I know of here. But yeah, I'm not
Why would you want to know
gonna,
the voice actor, Spire?
because it's funny seeing them like do like small stuff just to get money. It's like like really whack stuff. It's like when they do
Oh, it's
like
the
when they
chick
come out.
from from the Office Lady one. Okay, I see.
But
I see a
yeah, there's
familiar
not much
name.
going on here. Oh, Hinata Yuka. Hinata Yuka is here actually. But anyways, not much going on.
Oh shit, the Demon Busters lady's here. Nice.
So
I know this is.
everybody's no here, right? I'm
I
Yeah,
know. I know.
I'm
Use
quite the
you.
no.
yeah, okay, I'm gonna be no too. Near?
No.
All right. So moving
The
on
fact that
here.
there's a dog in this promo image is very worrying. I'm not
wait,
gonna lie.
what? Wait, there
I
is?
don't think
Wait.
they're gonna.
I
Do
don't
they
think the dog is
have
the
the
focus of this
balls?
subject. I don't think the dog is the focus of the
I don't
subject.
know, bro.
But yeah, all right, moving on here.
You didn't even ask me if I'm gonna
Japan's
watch
kind
it.
of fucked in the head.
You didn't
What do
ask
you
me.
mean? Look, have you seen their COVID protocols? They're perfectly fine.
Yeah,
Perfectly
they're
stable
back.
individuals.
Exactly.
Since Spire didn't ask me, I'm going to watch it. It's the same
Okay.
studio that did Overflow, and Overflow was pretty good.
Yeah, that's the firefighter one, right? Or whatever it was.
No,
That's not? Isn't that what it's called?
no.
What the fuck? Actually, don't. I'm not even gonna ask. That was like a wasted question. I was like
Overflow
kind
was
of
the
curious for like.
bathtub one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Was it? Oh, it's the one where they fell into the like the floor fell out, and then like
No,
the dude. It's
No.
not.
no. That's a different one. Spire, what's
I
wrong
like
with
how
you?
we're like talking about these retarded premises.
Yeah, like who cares? Like who
I
cares?
mean,
Okay, wait, which one is
I also
Overflow?
said no to that. Like, no, you fucking idiot. Like,
Yeah, exactly. How could you not know?
like, dude, how could you not remember Overflow?
It is.
Yeah,
It is.
exactly.
It is the bathhouse one where it's like, oh, I fell into the bath by mistake. Not the one where the chick falls through the ceiling and lands on the giant
Oh, okay.
wiener.
So
That
yeah,
one
yeah,
was
yeah. Okay,
funny.
okay. So it's the two childhood friends, and then they all jump in the bath or something like that. Apparently, that's what. Okay,
Yes,
okay,
pretty much.
okay, okay, okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Anyways,
this
next
is
scene.
there's a 3-minute version and a 6-minute version. I'll wait for the 6-minute version.
All right. Next is we have Housing Complex C. Apparently, Chen said in chat that this might not be televised in Japan, and it's only going to be televised in Adult Swim and Toonami and Cartoon Network. And
That's a
I have
great
is
sign.
also the trailer I also have is from Adult Swim as well, and this is actually being headed by is the main animation production IG. So it says Akatsuki is the one that's producing it. Again, guys, remember that head production studio is different from who might be all drawing it and like having to animate
It
and
says
stuff.
production ID G is producing, but the studio credit is Akatsuki.
Okay.
Don't worry,
Oh, okay,
Nier.
okay. So
A
it
bit
might be that the
weird.
main animation studio is Akatsuki, and then the overall production and like asset stuff is like IG
Yeah,
and like their sort of
they're like
umbrella
umbrella.
companies.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't worry, Nier. It also says it's going to be announced for Canada.
Oh,
It's
thank
not
God.
just US
Thank
Pacific.
God.
I don't know what that means, but all right.
All right. So Kimi lives in a small, cost housing complex located in the seaside town of Kurosaki, where trouble seems to follow her wherever she goes, and horrific incidents begin to occur.
Wasn't there?
So
What was the other housing complex anime recently?
there was a housing complex anime.
Yes.
What?
Wait, really?
What was it called?
I don't
It already came
know.
out. It's on Netflix.
Okay.
Uh,
So
don't
Nier, are
know.
you gonna watch it?
I mean, this is just another two, right?
Uh,
Also, is
I
there
don't
even
know.
any like actual PV for this fucking thing? Because like, for sure the PV that was linked with us is literally just a shot of nothing,
Yeah, let me search
which
this.
is
It looks like
which is really comforting to see.
There's
yeah, exactly.
there's blood and
There's like a
guts, dude.
40
That's
second
really
one.
all you need to
Oh wait,
know,
wait.
right?
There's let me link this one. Okay, I'm gonna link this one in chat here. This one. Is this any better? I don't think it is, to be honest.
Does it have anything? Does it show the show? Like,
Oh my God.
This kind of reminds me of another, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean that's
yeah,
what I
that's what I
said,
said.
right? This
Another
is just
two.
another two. Like,
You said another as in like the series, the anime series too. Okay,
High
okay.
Rise
yeah.
Invasion. That's the one I'm
Sorry, sorry.
thinking of.
My command of the English language is very bad. So, but
I
yeah,
mean, yeah,
God.
this is probably just gonna be another, but not as funny. Like,
Yeah, exactly. The issue is I kind of feel bad for a series like this sometimes because it's like if you have like a horror series, it in these days it needs to be really good, either like really, really, really well thought out, really good, like has all these deep themes or like has really good scares or whatever, or it needs to be like Sunday level matinee or like B tier series that's like
yeah,
funny. There's you can't have in between because if you have any in between, it's just bad. Like nobody's gonna watch it. So that's the issue. Um, I'm probably not gonna watch it. I think my, days of watching stuff like another is like behind me, unless people tell me that it's like really funny, like really bad. It's funny, like Mars of Destruction level. If it's like that, maybe, but nah.
not
Otherwise, I
likely. I
can't.
mean, I don't want to watch this, but I'm probably gonna end up watching it anyway because
Okay. Yeah. No, I understand, but you gotta see if it's bad enough to be funny. It's just like yeah,
uh-huh.
yeah. Dark. What about you?
If it's bad enough to be funny, I'll start watching it like as we get closer to Halloween.
All right. Uh, Toast.
Yo, what's the track record of a Adult Swim produced anime that they got like a
Can't
sequel
even
or
name a
something?
single other one.
I don't think
What?
you can even name.
Big O season 2 of
Wait, what
Fooly
season
Big O
two?
Cooly.
had a season 2.
It did.
Yeah,
What
it
I
was bad.
understand, Fully Cooley is I don't know, isn't it 50-50? Like literally.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
Big O had a season 2 short, all because of how well it did in America, thanks to Adult Swim.
Yeah, but
It wasn't good.
it wasn't good.
Yeah.
And Fooly Cooly was like, the one series was dog shit, and the other was like okay. So
Mhm. Okay.
Not exactly the batting average you want to hear, huh?
no.
Yeah.
So are you watching it,
not
Toast?
Huh? No.
Are you watching this? No.
okay. So next on the line here is our Token Gundam series. It is Mobile Suit Gundam: The Witch from Mercury. So this is being done or help being done by Sunrise. Surprise! Surprise!
No way, dude.
I can't
Whoa,
believe it.
really? Yeah.
A
But
Gundam
obviously,
series being done by Sunrise.
yeah,
Say
but
so.
obviously, everybody else is kind of hopping on because it's Gundam. And yeah, who's gonna watch it? Nier?
I mean, I'm not really that big of a Gundam fan, to be honest, but I mean, I'll probably watch it. This is like the first Gundam series ever with the female protagonist, pretty sure.
But
So
what about Turna Gundam?
yeah. I don't know. I'll probably check it out. It looks okay.
But Nier, what about Zeta Gundam? Camille
Yeah.
is a girl's name.
Uh-huh.
All right. What about Toast? What about you?
I saw first episode. It's all right. Will I keep watching? I guess. Is it better? Is it better than Iron Blood Orphan so far?
That is
Probably.
not a high
That is
bar.
not a high bar for
mean,
whatever.
IBO started off really strong. So
Did.
Yeah. And then it fucking shot itself in the head 32 times. So
yeah, well,
Is it better than Reconquista? Yes.
is it better than Macross Delta though?
Probably not. No.
if you compare
Man.
Gundam, you can only compare Gundam to other Gundam series. That's the law.
Yeah, but but this one has girls in it too.
The
No.
issue is the moment you start comparing Gundam to Macross, the Macross people will come in and start like, you know that
Yeah.
like meme with like the small bird and then like the larger
They
bird,
start,
like
yeah, they
like,
start
yeah.
fucking frothing at the mouth and screaming.
the Macross,
I was
and they'll
a-
like show
Yeah,
you all these
whatever.
like sequences, like Macross Delta sequences.
When was the last time we had a
Robotech kind of guy anyway.
man? The Robotech game on the GameCube sucked. But
Yes,
yeah,
yeah, IBO has cool shit, and that's like kind of where it begins and ends once you
Yeah.
hit like episode 10 of season 1.
Also, remember the last time there was an all-female team in Gundam? Remember what happened to them?
Yeah.
Not good.
Yeah, Gundam is series.
No, wasn't the last time there was an all-female team in Gundam? Wasn't there literally a game that just came out for that?
Oh no, I'm not talking about Call of Fire. I'm talking about the Shrike team back in Victory Gundam.
Yeah.
They all died. So
Yeah, Gundam is a series famous for treating its female characters very well. So we'll see how this goes.
Hey, I mean they did in IBO, you know, where they stepped off screen and then never came back.
Yeah.
Blissful. We gotta live in ignorance for that one, but yeah.
But yeah,
Anyways,
Mercury's pretty good. I sure love actual infants piloting my Gundams. In the first episode.
That's classic Gundam, dude.
I mean, to be fair, there's a lot of child grooming in these Gundam series. Didn't they retcon Amuro to be like, oh, Amuro's dad used Amuro to help build the Gundam, and then what's it?
Hey, that was also an IBO.
Then I freaking.
I mean, to be fair, if Bokurano had a success story, you know, what's wrong with this, right? It's
I mean, like, if there's anything that Gundam will literally always do, it's fucking rehash like Amuro's story. So,
because Amuro is really popular. So
I mean, yeah, he is, but it's also like, you know, Gundam is a series that's been going on for so long, and yet it's still desperately clinging to like Amuro and Char, that it's kind of like sad. I don't know.
Hey, man, if it's
That's why they should
If it's
only be
not
making
broken, don't
Gundam
fix
Build Fighters and Gundam Build Divers Redive.
I mean, those series also desperately cling to Char and Amuro. So
Well, yeah,
like,
but it makes more sense because everyone's like, yeah, they're cool. And you're like, yeah, I guess,
They are cool.
sure, but they're not in the Gundam universe or them just being like, but what if we did this again? Sure.
All right.
Also, that
Hey.
Yoasobi opening, pretty cool.
yeah.
Uh, anyways, next on the list here
Start
is
gonna watch it. Are you gonna watch
Yeah,
it,
yeah, I'm
Spire?
gonna watch it.
I'm not gonna watch it.
Why aren't you gonna watch it,
Yikes.
Fire?
I'm not
He
much of a
hates
Gundam
women.
person. I like kind of keeping like just because like everybody else like it's almost like osmosis and like obviously a bit of like
Oh
a
yeah,
little bit of browsing and like
Oh yeah,
reading.
Spire. Name your favorite Gundam. Go.
I do not have a favorite Gundam. Like that's not. Sorry, I don't. Yeah. Okay.
Everyone here has
Um,
a favorite Gundam, Spire. You can't just
I do
not
not.
have a
I don't
favorite
even have a
Gundam.
favorite Kamen Rider series, so
Fuck,
it's
what
I'm
was
just
Well,
uncultured that way.
what was the one that I like, Toast? I keep forgetting its fucking name. It's like the weird German name. W.
Uh,
Got like the thorax and shit on it.
what?
Skinny legs.
Are you? I'm the only one I'm thinking of is Gundam Spiegel. That's the
Ah, it
German
begins
one.
with a W. It's the white,
Oh,
the like.
Walpurgis thing.
Yeah, there you go.
Is it?
That
Is it
one's cool.
Walpurgis? No, you're talking about the one from Advanced Zeta, right? Or no?
I
Is
think
it
so.
not Advanced Zeta?
all right.
I
Can we?
know.
All right. Can we
Yeah, we
move
gotta
on?
move on.
Yeah. All right. So, anyways, next on the lineup here is Beast Tamer. So this is our second isekai, I believe, of our preview lineup, also known as. So this is a light novel original / probably
I
web
don't think this
novel
is an
original.
isekai. Is it? When I saw it, this
Yes,
is just a
it's not an
RPG,
isekai.
isn't it?
It's not an isekai. It's just like
It's an
the
isekai in
standard
spirit.
yeah, it's essentially spirit isekai.
It's the
It's like
same
the
like
same power
RPG
fantasy,
thing.
feudal power fantasy. Yeah, exactly. High fantasy, power fantasy.
Oh yeah, Dark Wound
I
War.
Yeah, there you go. Wouldn't work.
So the full name is Yuusha Party no Tsuihou. Okay, Yuusha Party を追放されたビーストテーマ。ビーストテーマ最強収納中耳少女と出会う。So Beast Tamer Rain is banished from the hero's party because he can only use animals. He becomes an adventurer and meets a cat girl who's part of the strongest species. So this is done by EMT Squared. They've done a bunch of other, standard series. They did, I believe, a couple of other isekais, obviously. What did they do here? So God sits next to me. Shikyu
Don't.
Boibu Defense Club here. What is it? They help. Oh yeah, it's mostly like isekai stuff. They did Renai Bokun, Kumamiko, Shoot, Go to
Oh,
the Future, stuff
Oh
like that.
boy,
So yeah.
who's the
Uh,
director?
so Nigorikawa Atsushi is the director, and he's he's one of the people that came back to EMT Squared. He's worked with EMT Squared a decent amount, involving mainly Destructive God Sits Next to Me, Renai Bokun, Between the Sky and Sea, and not anything else. I mean, obviously most of the stuff that he's worked on as the main director role is in EMT Squared. So yeah. Anyways, I mean, again, if I'm gonna check out this series, it'll probably be due through reading, so I'm not gonna watch it. So I'll pass. Toast.
Fire! Don't you love slavery, especially demi-human
Yeah,
slavery?
especially Labyrinth, Harem Labyrinth in the Other World or whatever, right? Just I love those series.
Don't you? But now your demi-humans are part of the strongest races.
Mm.
But yeah,
Oh, I mean,
are you
right.
gonna watch
I have to. It's not good, but I'll have
Do
to.
you though?
Yes.
Okay.
it? Okay, so Nier, what about you?
Not good though.
No, I'm not gonna watch this.
Okay, Dark.
No, Why? Why would I ever watch this?
Why not?
Okay.
So yeah,
Yeah,
it's
or Spire, you gonna watch it?
what?
Watch it,
Yeah,
bro.
I know. I already said at the beginning, I'm not gonna watch this. If I have to, I'm just gonna read it.
All right, just
So
double
yeah,
checking.
Why not?
just you know, maybe second
See,
opinion, second
you
chance.
sure
You
you don't
know?
want to change your mind?
Yeah, exactly. All right, next on the list here is Management of Novice Alchemist. This one I might actually want to check out. Again, this is another light novel slash web novel original, probably. It's Shinmai Renkinjutsu no Tempokei. It is done by Engi. I forget what they did. Um, they haven't done too much. Oh, they did Detective is Already Dead. Right, I forgot. They did Tante wa mo shindeiru, or The Detective's Already Dead, the mystery series with Siesta or whatever, the white hair girl. They did Full Dive. They did Kimono Michi Rise Up, the one with like the wrestler, whatever. They did pretty decent work here. Let's see this. Oh, one of the girls is fucking Mitsuki Saiga. Wait. One of the girls is actually Mitsuki Saiga. This is gonna be. I might watch it just based on that. I'm not gonna lie. And they have Koshimizu Ami as one of the other girls too. Fuck. Okay. They have like two super top voice actresses doing like all these roles. I want to watch this. So yeah. Serious. So the story follows Sarasa, an orphan girl who just graduated from the Royal Alchemist Training School. Having received an isolated shop as a gift from her teacher, she embarks on the leisurely life she long dreamt of as an alchemist. However, what awaits her is a shop more decrepit than she ever imagined out in the boondocks. As she gathers ingredients, trains herself, and sells goods to become an upstanding alchemist, she tries to lead her very own slow, relaxed alchemist life. So yeah, it's just girl doing the slow life. I'm just whatever. You know, it's very standard stuff. I'm gonna check it out. Tell us, what about you?
I don't know, man. You seen that Ateliers Rise 3 trailer? See the
I mean,
I
yeah,
mean,
you have a point.
it's pretty good.
You have a point.
What was the last Alchemist series I watched? Was it Rune's Pharmacy? Is that it?
Oh, I forget.
Yeah, it was Rune's Pharmacy, and that one was all right. Spire, you should look it up right now. Do
Yeah,
it.
I should.
Do it right now.
No,
Do it.
I
Do it.
actually wait. Which series? I feel like
Rune's
I've
Pharmacy.
heard
That was the last
Runes
Alchemist thing I watched. It was all right.
Runes Pharmacy. Oh, this. What the fuck is this? Okay. Anyways, Nier. What about you?
No.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it.
Oh, yeah, okay. So Toast is watching and Nier's not watching Dark.
I might check it out.
Man, she kind of does look like Ryza in a way. Suspicious.
Okay.
Also this will be way better than Isekai Drugstore
hmm
because it counts, right?
Yeah, I mean, not really. I mean, the thing is, this one, I think the trivia is probably. I haven't read the series, but I think the trivia is gonna be pretty compact, and it's mostly just gonna be like, "Oh, I'm living a slow life as a cute girl, but oops, I do some clumsy things sometimes." Teehee kind of thing. You know what I mean? That's the vibe I get from this series. That's the source of series that these sorts of premises usually end up in. So, anyways, so that's that.
Sorry, you should
Next.
watch Rune's Pharmacy.
I'm not gonna watch that series. Sorry. So next is Shinomi no Shinobi no Ittoki. Um. So yeah, the okay. So the moment of the ninja, or the I guess the era of the ninja, or period of the ninja, or whatever. Um. As the next leader in an established ninja village, Ittoki Sakuraba has mixed feelings about taking such a responsibility as his family hid this information. Has mixed feelings about taking such a responsibility as his family hid this information from him until their hand was forced by an opposing village. He's suddenly introduced to Kosetsu, who barges into his space without warning and takes her job to protect him very seriously. However, Ittoki's life changes when he receives a love letter in his shoebox. To his shock and surprise, Satomi Tsubaki, a second-year old student, asks him out on a date. However, Satomi reveals her true murderous intentions. She's part of the Koga ninja clan and continues with her crazed plan to assassinate Ittoki for revenge. I feel like this sorts of series is a very like prime material for like a lot of doujin like hentai shit. You know what I mean? You guys know what I'm talking about, right? Like the type of like this sort of stuff where it's like the girl is like always like trying to sneak up on them and shit like that.
You're
Um,
thinking of Taimanin Asagi. These aren't anti-demon ninjas.
no, I don't. Taimani Inasage is different because that's like literally just the ninjas like getting screwed over. I feel like there's like a different like thing.
You see their suits? They're wearing basically,
They're basically wearing Muv-Love suits.
yeah.
Oh, really?
They're wearing sneaking
Wait, let me
suits.
see this.
This isn't Shinobi gear.
Yeah.
I've only seen the poster art. Give me a second. Let me go over to the trailer here.
Yeah, feel free to watch it. This show kind of looks like shit. To be honest.
What did Troika do? Does anybody know here? Troika did Troika do Alno Zero? Yeah, they did do Alno Zero. Okay.
Recreators.
Yeah, Alno Zero, Sakurako's Investigation, Beautiful Bones, Recreator, stuff
Recently
like that.
they've done Lord El Malloy.
Did you like that? I forget. Did you like the visuals?
I mean,
on
Lord
that?
Lord El Malloy is good, but it doesn't really have like action scenes very often. So
Oh, I see what you're talking about. So it's like the frames actually like don't really matter as
yeah,
much. Yeah, I see. I don't know, man. It's like this anime original, right? I don't know. I feel like
is it?
Turka doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, I DMM Pictures. Is this a game?
Yeah, this is anime original.
Or no, DMM Pictures is also helping them. So
Yeah, DMM Pictures and DMM Music, but apparently this is completely original. Like it's not
so
a
this is just an
multimedia or
anime.
anything.
It's not like it's not multimedia. Okay,
Yeah.
so okay. I don't know, man.
I'm
Troika
gonna be
doesn't have.
honest. They should have just made a time in an anime. Just straight.
You think so, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just
Hey
sold
man,
the figurines.
they're
I think
desperately
so.
trying to clean up their fucking image for
I
whatever
mean,
reason.
a little bit. They're running the both gambits with the Time series, is because Time still has what is it, RPG X or whatever, which is
Yeah.
it's straight up porn, right?
Yeah.
And that's
Sure.
been very successful for them. And then they've also got like the Action Time one, which is a much cleaner thing. Like it's still etchy, but
Yeah,
they're
but,
sort of trying to clean it up and present it as.
when you're talking,
Yeah, I mean, there's no way to
like,
really clean up Time but
yeah, it's still a huge.
they're
gap.
they're treating it as more of like a more serious story with like a sort of gritty like ninja aesthetic, which I think is a lot more interesting than whatever the fuck this is going for. But yeah,
Yeah,
I
especially also after Aldo Zero, I will invest in nothing the studio ever makes.
Yeah.
That's sort of that's near and I
mean,
are.
Alno Zero. I mean, I could maybe be like, oh, you know, they did Alno Zero. Like, I could chalk some of the stuff up with Alno Zero up to like what was going on behind the scenes with fucking Genrobichi just
Yes.
abandoning the project.
Yeah.
But with the combination of Alno Zero and Recreators, no. I have no confidence.
The track record is getting a little bit bad.
Yeah. I have no confidence.
No, in
and
some circles, that's still too spicy to say too.
This premise is not very this premise isn't really that good. Like you're pulling in like, oh, he's like a high school student, but he's the head of the ninja clan. It's like
It's gonna be like this, right? There's gonna be it's my guess, and this is again from years of me reviewing stuff like this. It's gonna be 30% of the subplot, or 30% is gonna be this like slight, like mildly romantic subplot. I don't think it's gonna go too deep into the subplot because that's just not how these sorts of directors and like projects work. It's gonna be slight like, oh, do you even trust me or not? I am your loyal, liege or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And it's going to be that between like the main girl and this guy, right? Like, who do I really trust? Oh, it is this girl, even if she does weird shit, right, from time to time. So it's going to be that. And then maybe like 10% add-on, like maybe one of like the male sidekicks or whoever is going to be also kind of trying to fuck with them in terms of trust problems, right? And then 60 to 70% is gonna be like just more and more like vague foreshadowing. Oh, this is what your family truly is. This is the true
Yeah.
face of the ninja
I mean, it's
wars. Blah
basically
blah 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 blah
yeah,
blah
shit like
blah.
this is basically like Get in the Robot Shinji, but
Yeah,
instead of
exactly.
like one scene, it's like the entire thing. It's like
Yeah,
the entire
exactly.
series where it's like you need to become a ninja, and he's like, oh, but I don't want to.
Yeah, exactly. Session actually said earlier on that it's gonna be guilt. It had a guilty crown vibes, and I was like, very good call in my
Yeah,
opinion.
yeah,
So yeah.
but yeah.
Anyways,
I don't really have interest in this
yeah,
at
me
all.
neither.
So
I am not getting on this train. Dark.
No, I'm all right.
All right.
I think I'll hard pass. You know, I can't say I watched any of Out No Zero because I kind of like heard enough
You
from
didn't
people
like
who
the
weren't.
deep. You weren't convinced by people telling you, oh, the class stuff, the deep class warfare themes, and blah 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 blah
except
See,
blah.
I heard people
it's
talking
not even
about
a
that,
class. It's not even a
and then
class
I
thing. It's
also heard
literally about
people.
like, oh, you guys killed the princess. We're gonna declare war
Yeah,
against
exactly.
you.
Yeah,
And then at the end of the fucking first season, they're
the
like,
shot. Yeah.
lol, the princess faked her death. Spoilers, by the way, for
Yeah.
fucking Al No Zero. But it's like the princess fakes her death and like went into hiding. So
Yeah.
this entire like the crux of this entire series, like literally everything that's been happening in this series, is that the princess like literally caused all this horrible strife and suffering and warfare, and could have stopped it at literally any point, but she
Right.
didn't. And we're
Right.
supposed to
Exactly.
feel bad for this character. Like, no.
What a
Off it.
series. So yeah. Toast, what about you?
I mean, why is it always got to be the same ninja clans over and over again? You got the Kogas, you got the Igas, and what? Maybe the Hanzos.
Hattori. Yeah, Hanzo Hattori. Yeah.
Like, what? Why?
Or the
Yeah, those
Fumas.
are
Yeah.
famous.
Those
Yeah,
No
they're
one
the
cares
famous
about the
names.
Fumas.
Yeah, who was?
But yeah, I mean, those are the famous ninja families, so.
Yeah. Anyways,
Oh, am I
next.
watching? No,
Yeah. Yeah. Well, are you gonna watch it?
no,
No.
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 I'll just watch Asagi again, I guess.
Based.
That's actually probably a better idea.
Honestly.
Anyways. Yeah. Next on the list, and this one is one of the more famous ones that are it's kind of going around in on social media at least. It is the Eminence and Shadow, or Kage no Jitsuryukusha ni naritakutte. Um, Even in his past life, Sid's dream wasn't to become a protagonist or a final boss. He'd rather lie low as a minor character until it's prime time to reveal he's a mastermind, or at least do the next best thing, pretend to be one. And now that he's been reborn into another world, he's ready to set the perfect conditions to live out his dreams to the fullest. Armed with his overactive imagination, Sid jokingly recruits members to his organization and makes up a whole backstory about how an evil cult that they need to take down. Well, as luck would have it, these imaginary adversaries turn out to be the real deal, and everyone knows the truth but him. And this is
Oh,
done
what?
by.
He's the one
This is
who's
done.
lying, though.
Yeah, but it's like it actually is
There's
happening or
actually
whatever
an
it's
evil
saying.
cult.
Yeah. And
Okay.
he's actually preparing them properly for it, but he thinks everything's a joke while everybody else knows that it's actually a real thing. So the main stuff most Nexus Studios has mainly done like in between stuff like that. Their main animation production roles have been Comic Girls, Eminence and Shadow, and Santa Company. What is this movie called? What the fuck is this thing? Okay, I don't know what this is, but yeah. So not too much like doing the main heading of the production. Yeah, it's a huge meme. So we're both said in chat. Oh, this is a huge meme. Yeah, exactly. That's what we were talking about. So yeah, a lot of money going into it. You can just look at the voice acting cast itself. Hikase Yoko, Hanazawa Kana, Seto Asami, Fairuz Ai, Kanemoto Hisako, Minase Inori, Kondo Reina, Hidaka Rina, Aizawa Saya, stuff like that. Matsuoka, Matsuoka Yoshitsuku as like supporting character number 50, stuff like that. A lot of people coming in here. I'm Chen was talking about this earlier in chat, right? I think yeah, this apparently becomes very, very repetitive with like the same shtick used over and over and over and over
Not
again. And
surprising.
yeah, exactly. None of us here in the podcast is too surprised, and it's probably going to be this chick like haha, like let's get it. It's kind of like who here watched Dark? It was you who watched Mysterious Maid, right? The maid I
Yeah.
hired recently is mysterious. It's gonna be kind of like that, right? Where it's like the whole thing. It's like haha, like you're actually doing this, right? Or like let's go out and do this, haha. And then like it's actually like happening where it's kind of like it's kind of whack, like, and they're gonna take a second and be like, oh, it's actually happening. Kind of like how the maid is like it's like, oh yeah, I am kind of like doing that thing to like, seduce you or whatever, and then like they give like 10 seconds of her like doing the monologue, right? Being like, oh, I'm embarrassed. It's kind of probably gonna be like that shtick over and over and over again, right? Um, so I don't know. Yeah, I feel like I'm not that impressed by the premise. I might check it out, but obviously, hopefully, it gives me something to chew on. So, Dark, what about you?
Um, I might check it out, but I don't know how long I'd stick with it if it gets like super repetitive. To be honest,
Yeah,
say
it's
I'd
probably
kind of drop
shaping up to be a
Maid
little
because
bit
of
more
that.
of a
So
comedy kind of thing. Yeah. Um, what Near? What about you?
Um, I don't know, probably not. I mean, I don't know, I can appreciate how like shamelessly chuny this series looks,
Mhm.
but
But the structure is more comedic than it is
yeah,
shooting.
but it's
It's
also
not
like
really, yeah.
my main issue is like I just can't do these like a bunch of characters in an academy kind of thing. Like
You're
it's
not a fan of the
unless
high
it's
fantasy
like
school academy vibes?
no,
You
not
don't like
these
the
like
Dragon Academy? I am the best magic
nah.
user on the academy
Unless
vibes.
it's something like Strike Witches, when they're like
Strike Witches is very different. Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
but
Yeah,
but it's like I can't do these like yeah, I'm training to become the Dragon Knight of the Heavens in the
yeah.
academy, and I'm the A student, but there's a dark magic behind the yeah.
I'm actually the F-ranked student, but I have all the powers.
I can't do this shit anymore, man.
All right. What about you, Toast?
You know what this series is? If you
Uh,
combine the slapstick elements of Konosuba mixed in with the Overlord Ainz Old Gone, because that's
I
what
mean,
this
that's what I
is.
think. I think that yeah, that's a very Toast just pointed out. Like, obviously, he's joking. That's not his real
Am
opinion, but
I
it's like
though? Am
that's
I though?
that's what he's showing what people from like my anime list or like your average Crunchyroll subscriber would tell you that this series is. So it's
Because he's the leader of an organization, but he doesn't
yeah,
want to
like an
stand out.
evil organization. But yeah, exactly, bro. It's exactly like Overlord.
Spar, are
um.
you gonna watch it?
I might check it out, but I'm not very confident in
If
it.
you watch it, I'm not gonna watch it.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll tell you when I've given up on it. Anyways, next on the list here, it is the Human Crazy University. This one, yeah, okay. I do have a PV for this one, right? Okay, I do have a trailer for this one. It's not like a big one. I'm not gonna really go over it too much. It is also called Human Bug Daigak. 不資格部不公 yeah, 不資格部不公学科 so uh, immortality department of immortality department and the misfortune course of the immortality department, or that's sort of like the general translation of it. But I think this is a short, although I think this is a short. But yeah, it's the general premise is like it's a bunch of shorts. I forget if this is going to be on YouTube or whether this is going to be wherever it is. It's if it's actually going to be televised, but it's going to be a bunch of shorts depicting what happens when humans are like pushed to their very limits or something like that. I don't know what that means. It's probably gonna have like some weird like drama kind of stuff, but yeah. I'm not that interested. Yeah. So I'm probably gonna pass on it. Near?
I don't know. It looks like it could be fun, but probably not.
Yeah, it needs to be pretty well written for it to be fun.
But
Yeah,
near
Yeah.
there's
in
a
this.
there's a dude who gets his balls kicked in and he's not wearing pants. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Dark.
No, I'm gonna pass. It looks pretty whack, to be honest.
All right, Toast.
What? If none of you are gonna watch it, I will. I'll give this series a chance. Why not?
Okay,
I liked what is it, Inferno Cop?
Inf-
Why?
I,
What?
What?
What? Who doesn't like Inferno Cop? Remember when he shot that baby? That was cool.
okay. Next on the list is this one. Fuck. Okay, so this one is I showed a YouTube comment on the trailer for this to Nier and the others before the podcast started, and it said so this is a YouTube comment. Interspecies reviewers Peter Grill, redo of Healer, Isekai Miku Harem, and that's the Japanese name for harem in another world's labyrinth or whatever. And now this anime. Can't believe they adapting many cultured animes these days. So,
Damn.
you already know this
Where do
upcoming
you think
series.
that guy's from? Just
I,
take a wild guess.
I'm gonna say some nation. I won't mention which nation specifically,
Yeah.
but
All right.
but so the series we're gonna be covering right now is a manga original apparently called Futoku no Guild. Uh so Futoku means immoral or depravity or whatever. So the depraved guild. Do I have to read this? God damn. All right. Anyways,
Yeah.
Kikurumadan has decided to retire out of fear of wasting his youth. One day, a guild staff member suggests that he go on a quest with a new female artist named Kitamo-kyan. However, keeps getting hit by monsters one after another. I have not seen the trailer, but I'm gonna guess it involves a lot of like clothing removal and like him just like leering at the girls is my guess, right? It's TNK
What's a
Animations.
fella to do?
Is anybody looking at the trailer right now? Because
I'm
I'm not.
watching it. It's
All right.
I'm not gonna lie. Out of those series you listed from that funny
I mean,
epic you-
those are
funny epic
very
YouTube
high
comment,
bars. Yeah, very low
this
bars or very high
this
bars.
is like leagues better than
Yeah, exactly.
any of those.
Yeah. Those series are very special series in a sense. By the way, the studio who did this, TNK, has helped out with Akane Iro ni Sumorosaka, which is a very old visual novel from the 2000s, and also it's trivia. It's also like pretty much the only like eroge, I believe, that or like scene with like 8 scenes that Cookie Miyarie has actually voiced. So that's one thing. The Blade Dance of the Elementalers. I forgot what the Seirei whatever it was, right? The
Uh,
Seirei Tsukai no Blade Dance was the Japanese name for it. They did Busto Shinki. God damn it, I forgot Busto Shinki existed. Daimi Dollar or whatever it is. Destiny of the Shrine Maiden. They did Dureiku? Oh my fucking god. God damn it. It's these people, huh? Alright. So they did a lot of like they did like the seasons 2 and 3 of like High School DD. Yeah, they did what? It's just like living, am I right? So yeah, they're the studio that did High School DD seasons 2 and 3 and helped out with a lot of season 1. So you know where this is going. Everybody knows where this is going. I am not going to check this out, unfortunately. All those not fors? Yes, exactly. They are NFPs for short, not for porn. Yeah, it's- if I'm going to partake this, I might as well just read it. It's like there's really no point.
yeah.
Whatever. Near,
Um.
I'm gonna watch the Guild of Depravity.
I don't know. I mean, I might check it out. It depends on because
How much?
this PV has like a lot more. It looks like
Comedy?
it has a lot more like visual comedy outside of just like lol boobs. You know. Like
Okay.
obviously it's still like edgy comedy. Like
Right, right,
I'm
right.
sure majority of the comedies like revolves
Oh,
around
the lions,
innuendo.
the lions kind of remind me of the collaboration like short between like Overlord and like Konosuba and like
Yeah.
the Academy
Yeah,
or
yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Isekai Quartet, right?
Yeah.
That it kind of reminds me of that.
Yeah,
The
it's
art
got a
style.
sort of cartoony style. I don't know. It's got a
Yeah.
charming style to it. It really depends on how much of it is kind of just uh, like this scene that Session and I are fucking posting about,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's like if it's all that, then it's probably not gonna be very good. But if it's a bit more like innuendo and stuff,
Yeah.
it could probably turn
If
out.
if it has more dialogue, you mean? Yeah, too. Yeah.
Yeah. So I might check it out maybe.
Most replayed exactly that scene
Yeah.
where fucking people. Anyways, Dark, what about you?
I think I'm all right.
All right, Toast.
As someone who knows this series, and
Okay.
among us, among the series that you mentioned, Spire, I
Yes.
would say this is probably second to Peter Grill because I like Peter Grill. That shit's funny.
Yeah, I mean,
I like
Peter
the
Grill is
hilarity and
relatively innocent,
absurdity of Peter
compared
Grill.
to the other series.
This series is do you want me to give you like a breakdown of what this series is all about?
Brief summary, please.
I mean, I can do it in one sentence. It's monsters are attracted to girls because of mana, I guess. That's why they always attack them.
Oh, I see. Okay, okay. Yeah, okay,
And
okay.
so I mean, that's what this series is.
Uh-huh, uh-huh,
So,
uh-huh.
like
Exactly.
you don't like that? You're gonna see that every episode.
I mean, it just depends how they do it visually, um, and what the visual gag is
Man,
outside of just like lol panty shot.
Yeah.
I mean,
Uh,
why do the censors gotta look like Goatsy though?
I don't know.
Like,
anyways.
especially on the night chick.
Are you gonna watch it?
I mean, yeah, sure.
Okay.
It's not the worst offender of the group. I mean, I think it's worse than Peter Grill, but that's not necessarily a bad thing because I like Peter Grill. It's funny.
Yeah. I guess
Oh
next
yeah, oh yeah.
on.
It's what did I hear about this from the other comments? For everyone that thought Konosuba Party was useless and Kazuma had it hard, I guess.
Okay.
I guess.
All right. Well, that's that for Tokuno Guild. Next one is Do It Yourself, and this has the same title in Japanese as well, exactly like Do It Yourself. It is done by Pine Jam. Oh, that's a name I haven't heard in a hot minute. This is an anime original, I believe. Excuse me. The anime follows the daily lives of high school girls as they face
Wow.
struggles working on do-it-yourself projects. Huh.
Wow.
So this is like
Okay.
girl. Okay. So this is just the usual girls in a club, right? I guess do it with plus a theme, right? Like before, so it's like recently there's been a lot of like the girls doing the fishing and the girls doing the golfing stuff, right? Now I guess it's like do it yourself. Do you guys like notice this like thing where it's like I feel like the animation studios go through this thing where it's like a bunch of the artists and like the people related kind of have this phase where they're like, oh, we're all generally kind of like talking about like fishing and like golfing and stuff like that. So like the anime have that, and then like they switch over to like some other stuff, like they do like do it yourself, like making mugs or whatever it is, and then it's like that. So yeah, Pine Jam known for their work on doing stuff like Just Because, Kageki Shoujo. What is it? Oh yeah. Oh, they also did Let's Make a Mug actually. Not only they did what is it? Tawa, Getsuyobi no Tawa. All right. So I'm probably gonna check this out. Dark, what about you?
Yeah, this one looked pretty fun, so
Hmm.
This is a
interested.
really nice style.
Yeah, so uh,
Yeah, they probably refined it after the mug one. To be honest.
yeah.
Um, Toast.
Man, I don't trust DIY anymore. You see what they do on TikTok and freaking like on Facebook stuff. Ugh.
Yeah, episode 2 is gonna be DIY pink sauce.
Yeah, they're just gonna have like TikTok. They're gonna film themselves doing like TikTok, like time skip or time lapse stuff. Yeah.
What's the thing with the? What's the thing where a lot of people died because of it when they were doing the?
Oh, the electric like wood burning.
Yeah. Oh boy, that's
Yeah.
DIY.
God damn it! All right.
I mean,
So are you gonna watch it?
Do you think this has enough to be a full episode? I don't think so.
Probably.
It's
I'm
gonna
pretty
be
sure
full
Mug was a
episodes.
full.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll just
24,
like
26 minutes to make a mug? Damn, they're slow.
name is
They turn-
deceptive to say the least.
Yeah, they make the mug very slowly. I think is the yeah. Right. Anyways, so
I mean,
Tuss
it's
probably not gonna watch it.
interesting. It
Yeah.
seems interesting. Sure,
Okay.
I'll watch it. Why not?
Nier, what about you?
I'm probably gonna watch at least a couple episodes just for the animation. This
Oh,
like
okay.
this style is super charming. So
Nice. All right, moving on then. So this next one is an isekai, another isekai, but it's one of the isekais I actually want to watch, and it's one that I've honestly, suggested to others
I
or like
don't
put on the radar
believe you.
for a while, and it is Tensei Shitara Kendeshita, or Reincarnated as a Sword. So this is a web novel of original, done by or headed by. Sorry, production is headed by C2C. So they've done mostly in between stuff. They've done like a lot of the stuff that they've headed is very small, like Gogo,
they
Go
did
Nanago, or
they did
Go
Majou no
Shichigo.
Tabi Tabi.
Oh, they did. Okay, they also did High School Fleet. I remember that from a while back. Let's see this. Some One-chan ga kita. I remember that one actually. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, they've done. Oh, they also did Skimichi a little bit
Yeah.
as well as but yeah. Okay, so they've done a couple of stuff. Plot summary here. Reincarnated as a sentient weapon with memories of his past life, but not his name, a magical sword saves a young beast girl from a life of slavery. Fran, the cat ear girl, becomes his wielder and wants only to grow stronger, while the sword wants only to know why he is here. So yeah, this is the infamous, like when you'll hear on social media, it is the sword isekai. And when you hear that, it is this series. Yeah, I'm gonna watch it. I like this. It's like the sword is like sort of like a father figure to like the girl, but it's mostly just like it's funny because it's not really. There's no real like relationships or like rom com stuff like that can be formed. It's just like the sword being like, yeah, this girl is doing well. I'm proud of her. And then the girl is just going around like whacking everything with her sword and killing it. It's like that's pretty much it. So I like the series. I liked reading it. I'm gonna check it out. Near.
I mean, is it mostly just fighting or what?
It's not. I mean, it's like a very standard like isekai thing of like doing a little bit of like monster clearing, and then like occasionally a boss comes around. But most of it's just like, again, like the power fantasy stuff of like I go in a
Yeah.
shop. People are surprised by how powerful I am. People are really surprised about the sword I'm carrying. You know that stuff, right? It's like that.
Yeah, probably not.
Okay. Dark.
Probably wait a little bit though.
Okay.
Say.
Toast.
No.
Okay. Surprising.
How's that surprising?
You're
Didn't
the
you like
isekai
Sword
guy.
Isekai? Didn't you like Sword Isekai?
No. Who would want to watch probably the best isekai of this season, hands down?
Yeah. That's true. So yeah, Toast is definitely secretly
This is literally
definitely
the best
never
isekai
watching.
of this
Yeah,
season. Like,
yeah.
nothing else can beat it.
Toast is definitely not watching this isekai is what he meant to say. So yeah. So yeah. So we'll talk with Toast a little bit after in the middle of the season about his review on Sword Isekai. And next is
Oh, whoops.
Akiba Maid War. This one also made its rounds on social media, right? Because it was Shaft and it had the it had this stuff going on. No, it wasn't Shaft, right?
It's
It was.
PA Works, isn't it?
Oh, I thought it was Shaft. What the fuck? Okay, it's PA Works actually. This is the PA Works series. Side Games is helping out. That's
Yeah.
why it would remind me. Okay, is this a game, or is this just Side Games supporting it?
It's original, so it's just
Yeah,
Side
it's
Games. Side Games siphoning money
not.
from an anime series again.
So it's not a multimedia, right?
No.
Okay, that's very interesting. That Side Games is putting in money, but it's not like.
I mean, it's like fucking Zombie Idols, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
Zombieland?
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. So it is done by PA Works.
Yeah, they're
Side
gonna
Games
open a
is
real
helping.
cafe.
Yeah, with
They
real
probably
zombies.
will. They'll probably
By
do shitloads of fucking like IRL cafe collabs and shit.
yeah. Yeah, cafe collabs are a very common thing again, as Nier pointed out, with these sorts of things, and not even with just these like maid related themes, but it's like
Yeah.
in
Just
general,
anime
like
in general.
visual novel stuff. Yeah, exactly. So Akiba made Senso. What is this? The anime is a quote unquote adult oriented made work anime, along with censored scenes. What the fuck are they bragging that there are censored scenes? Okay, and notes that the anime will somehow premiere. Blah blah blah. So they're probably talking about the the truths or like the behind the scenes like dramatization of like working at maid cafes, right? It's probably it's like they're probably doing a dramatized version of working at a maid cafe, like the hardships and like how you have to like suck up to people. That's probably what they're doing, right? Is my guess.
I would hope. I would really hope they're not glorifying this shit, because yikes.
Yeah. Or they could be taking it in like a bento route. You know what I mean? Where it's like they just make it like surreal. You know what I mean? They're
I
like,
don't know.
oh, we're doing maid stuff, but it's gonna be over the top. Like they're gonna be duking each other in the face, kind of stuff. They could do that. They could do one or the other. I hope they strike a nice balance of one or the other, or they go with one and just do it well, and just don't have the whole like, oh, I didn't know being made was gonna be this hard.
Yeah,
like that.
well,
Like
it's also PA Works, so you could have the fucking thing where the main character's life is colorless until they became a maid, and then the ghosts of maids past gives them the fucking spirit to fight on.
yeah,
Or some
exactly.
stupid bullshit.
Can I also say Session's like, this isn't gonna be as cool to Bento. That is such a dream. Session is just hating on me at this point. God damn it. I hate you. I hate all of you. God. You guys can't let me have some hope after like literally me doing like anime reviews for like 10 plus years on end. You guys can't let me have like
Listen,
one
man.
piece of hope.
Listen, old thing good, new thing bad. Okay, so
You are
fucking
wishing for literally the.
yeah.
I agree that like like it's hard to beat Bento, but it's gonna be well, a man can hope. A man can hope. So Session put enhanced description. Spring 1999. This is set in 1999. What?
I don't know
No, that was when
why.
she was a kid.
Oh,
Keep
Oh, I was
reading.
like, okay.
Cool.
Is open today as well. Oh, she was inspired by the 1999 like maid stuff, and then now the maid cafe Ton Tok Ton, commonly known as Putagoyo or Pig Hut, is open today as well. I was in panic because the new maid who had joined the story with me was quite unpredictable. Maids, trainers, and other Akihabara life forms appear as well, and the red bat swings into action. This is a full-fledged maid's work struggle diary. So it's probably going to be the first variant, right? It's like, oh, I didn't know being a maid was going to be this hard, stuff like that, right?
yeah. I mean, it's probably just like a general like a general celebration of like Akihabara, and it's like weird bullshit. While
Yeah,
also
the top layer and like the sort of episodes 10, 11, 12, like
yeah,
retrospection slash introspection is gonna be like, oh, Akihabara it is ultimately a diverse place with some opportunities, but like everything before that, episodes like 1 through 9, especially like 3 through 9, it's gonna be
yeah,
like, oh man,
the
like all
struggle.
the like perverts like looking at me at Maid Cafe, it's gonna be that.
Yeah.
Our sewer clouds are people too. Yeah. I might check this out, but again, I'm not a huge fan of like the standard like the issue is it's like it's not that I can't necessarily sympathize / empathize with that sort of like drama. It's just that it's the same concept. It's the same formula. I've seen this formula a billion times. Like, oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know the maid stuff was this hard. Like, come on, come on.
It's basically
I've
idle
seen.
shit, right?
Yeah. It's exactly. You hit the nail on the head. So it's probably gonna be like idol series, but with maid cafes. So yeah, near.
I might check it out just to see if the characters are fun, but I don't really have too high hopes in terms of this being like an overall like worthwhile series. To be honest.
Yeah. Toast.
Are those true maid outfits? I like long skirted maid outfits, not short.
They
Yeah,
are the
that's not
cosplay
the maid
maid.
fantasy, I'm afraid.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, is there gonna be some sort of maid
Or
tournament that we're gonna be fighting in, or is this like
unfortunately
normal?
that'll be actually cool to be
There's
honest. That'll be like
probably like another maid cafe that has like some minor rivalry or something.
yeah. But that's like part of the whole like drama subset.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's not really. Yeah.
Watch it. So far, I'm not interested at all. I want to. If it's not on the level of Keijo, I'm not
Yeah, that's
interested.
what I was thinking when you were mentioning the tournament thing. I was like, you're talking about Keijo, right? Exactly.
Oh yeah,
It's
Keijo.
probably not gonna happen.
Yeah. Putting it into Keijo form would actually be pretty cool. Not gonna lie. But yeah, so Toast's not watching Dark. What about you?
Tournament arcs make everything better. No, you can't.
I might check it out just to see
argue otherwise.
Okay.
what.
Not that confident about it is what you want to say,
Yeah,
right?
I'm not like. I don't have my hopes up, but I'll see. I'll peep it. Kind of
Okay.
hoping that they go more a cynical route than they do like a full-on like celebration, but we'll see.
It's gonna be. I mean, I think it's hard because it's like a lot of them is gonna be like.
I want
How
a
do I say
more. I
this?
want more of a series that's just kind of like, hey, you guys, when you go to these things, you should not act like fucking freaks because here's what people think about you.
You know how it's like a common way that these sorts of writers structure the idea of human complexity, right? Is so what they do is, and it's a very slight tangent, but if you do something like, oh, I went in with this ideal about, X industry, any industry, it doesn't have to be made stuff. It can be like anything. I don't know, like business, software engineering, whatever it is, right? And then the sort of the main initial arc, the initial and the main arcs of the series is like, oh, this is all like the dark side. This is all about like how selfish people are, blah, 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 blah. And then you kind of counterbalance that with the like episodes 10, 11, 12, or like the ending episodes being like, oh, but there are good sides to people, there are people in this industry that are nice and actually are human beings and stuff like that, then that's a very standard structure for depicting human complexity in an industry. You know what I mean? Like depicting humanity in an industry where it's like, oh, there are bad people and they're selfish, of course, because people are people, but then they're also good. That's a very standard formula. And that's essentially what's being applied here, again, in the Maid Wars, in my opinion, or it's going to be applied, right? So, again, we'll see if it tries to deviate from that or do
Who
anything
do you
creative.
think would win, the Muscle Girl Maid Cafe or the Succubus / BDSM Maid Cafe?
Succubus / BDSM is a pretty hard combination to beat in terms of these sorts of establishments, I want to say, and I choose the word
It
establishment
depends on what you
very
mean
wisely.
beat. Do you mean in physical combat? Because I think
Yeah.
physical combat.
as far as
Like I
sales
said,
go, I think
Yeah.
probably
I
guess
mean,
which
little
one of those too.
Yeah, exactly. A succubus one will make 10 times the money.
that's why I want this to be a tournament arc. You can
Alright.
shoot magical girl beams. I don't care. Fight like in Keijo.
Muscle. Gotta use that muscle. Yeah. Alright, anyways, moving on. Next one. This one is one that's a little bit interesting. I might want to check out here. But it is. Oh, this is also the Madhouse series, actually. It is
Yeah.
Bibliophile Princess. This is a light novel original. It is Mushikaburi Hime. So Lady Eliana Bernstein comes from family of readers, and that might be putting it lightly. All she, her father, and her older brother really want to do is just retreat to their family estate and read. But during her debutante season at court, Ellie is proposed to by Prince Christopher, the heir to the throne. She's not keen on the idea of marrying him, but he offers her access to the royal archives, a repository of rare tomes, and tells her that her social duties will be limited if she accepts. Ellie decides that this is worth being his show fiancé, because why else would he propose to a girl better known as the Library Ghost? It turns out that Chris definitely has his reasons. So it's gonna be like the whole just like, oh, I'm not very interested in love, and then it's like, oh, but this guy,
Yeah, I
this
mean,
guy
this
is
is
special.
classic shoujo, right? Like,
Yeah, very, but it's like disguised in like the slightly more refined graphics, right?
Yeah.
Sweet, says it was like sweet, a grooming series.
I mean,
that's
how old?
classic
I mean,
shoujo. Yeah.
How old is she?
I mean, I hate to break it to you, but like literally every shoujo and josei romance series is grooming. Like,
Are you saying that having the older high schooler or like the older police officer or like the older office lady or the
yeah,
office
or the
worker,
bad boy or the prince
yeah,
or
or no,
whatever.
and making out with the high school girl, right? Are you telling me that's not a good thing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a bit sus, but
Yeah, okay, after the rain fan.
I mean, I called it sus there too. So.
I
mean,
mean,
you know,
that Aimer though. I sure
it's
like that.
like good stories can come out of it, but yeah, it is it's slightly worrying trope / trend. But
Hey
you know,
man,
that is
if people cheer on Excel World,
yeah.
having sexy poster cover art of middle schoolers, what's one high school girl or two? You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
what's a little grooming? You
It's a
know?
little
One's a little grooming between two friends, you know?
yeah, exactly.
You're my friend,
Anyways,
right?
yeah. You got to tell me if you're a
No, a
cop.
real friend. A real friend
You want
would
those
do
books,
this.
don't you?
Yeah, exactly.
A real friend who wanted my books would marry me. I'm just saying.
Nier, so are you gonna watch the series? It's Madhouse.
Yeah, I mean it's Madhouse. Like I said, it's classic shoujo.
Yeah.
I might
All
check
those.
it out.
Hmm.
It looks like a pretty standard romance.
Yeah.
So it could be decent. I mean, from what I've seen, just from a quick cursory glance, it seems like the original source material, like the novel and the manga, are quite highly regarded. So
Hmm.
I'm sure it'll be decent.
Dark.
Probably. I mean, I'm not gonna have a whole lot anyway, and also like, I'm usually down for like a good shoujo series now and again.
Okay. Toast.
I mean, she's a nerd, right? What was the other series?
The bookworm. The
Yeah.
bookworm isekai.
Who do you
Yeah.
think's smarter?
Isn't the bookworm girl really
Bookworm
smart?
girl
Like,
probably, because
Well,
she's a real
because she like
librarian.
reincarnated. Yeah. She
I mean,
like
she's
reincarnated
also
too.
not getting
She's a
groomed.
cheater.
So
Yeah.
Haha.
yeah,
Yeah.
About that.
damn, crazy how that
Alright.
works.
So
This works. This counts toward the villainous anime trope. Am I interested though? Not really.
okay.
Who cares about books?
Yeah, fucking who reads, bro?
Spoken like a
Alright.
true
Fucking
Isekai fan.
nerd.
Yeah. Hey, you have to do all of the. Do you know how many dark elves that I've passed through in my perusing of these isekai novels?
You know how many
Here?
dark elves I've enslaved, dude?
Yeah, exactly. You have no idea. That's cultured series for you. That's cultured anime for you,
Yeah.
friend.
This is my culture, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
They agreed to it, buddy. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
They
this,
love being with me while having the chainsaw.
I mean, I I mean, I like my shoujo series. Ore Monogatari, that's a shoujo seris'. Doll, that's a shoujo series. This, I'm not really
not
that interested in
really.
this. I mean,
Oh,
I mean,
the
who cares?
conversation about I mean, the conversation about the what is or what is not a shoujo series aside, but yeah. Well,
Chihayafuru, a shoujo series thinly veiled as a sports series.
yeah.
I mean, what's my favorite shoujo series? Probably Kyoshiro to Toa no Sora. That's my favorite shoujo series. This one, do you think that one will be as good as this? No. Kanatsuki no Miko. That's a shoujo series. I don't think it's gonna be as good as this. I mean,
Right.
is the prince just handsome? Is that all he's worthwhile? It's like, I got money and books. Like, so what?
Ah,
I'd rather just watch the Villainess one, where what was it called again? Last Boss Villainess? Yeah, that's one. No thanks, I'm not interested in this.
yeah. Anyways, next on the list here, it's this one. It's the Legend of Mana, the Teardrop Crystal. So I'm just gonna go over this real quick. I mean, it's just another it's just another anime version of freaking the why did I click here? All right, that's not what I wanted. All right, sorry. Yeah, it's just the anime for the Legend of Mana game. Not much else to say about it. I don't know. Again,
I
that's about it.
love Mana.
Near?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
I would probably recommend just playing Legend of Mana. Like,
Yeah.
it's kind of a good game. Kind of a highly beloved game. So probably just play that instead.
Yeah. Dark?
It's pronounced mana. Okay.
It's Mana actually. The Legend
Yeah.
of
Okay.
Mana.
Whatever, buddy.
This is the sequel to Trials of
But
Mana,
no.
right?
I think so.
Well,
I
not
think so, yeah.
sequel, but like in the
Yeah, it's
Final
in the
Fantasy
same
type of
series.
sequel.
Yeah.
Trials of Mana. I don't know. I never played the Mana series. I wouldn't know.
Okay. And Dark.
No. I already said no. Okay.
Oh, sorry. I'm probably not gonna watch it either. I mean, again,
Damn, I can't
might as
believe
well
you
play it.
guys hate RPGs.
Yeah. We hate all
You
JRPGs.
guys hate Yoko Shimomura? Damn. Alright.
All right, next series here. This is apparently supposed to be a pretty interesting series apparently, and I don't really say this too much about most series in this genre, but it is called Blue Lock. It is a sports manga done by 8-bit or headed by 8-bit. And there's like a bunch of people doing different like contractors, subcontractors doing the CGI, so it's going to be a little bit interesting. Um, so after failing to win the World Cup, there's unrest in the Japanese soccer community. Many of the older patrons of the sport aren't too disturbed by the lack of trophies, but newcomer Anitiri is furious, and she's determined to fix what she sees as a problem with Japanese players. To that end, she hires maverick trainer Jinpachi Ego, who devises a strange yet rigorous plan. He takes the 300 best young soccer players in the country, sends them to a state of the art training facility, and whittles them down until he has the absolute best striker in the nation. Yuichi Isaki is one of the boys chosen for the camp. He may be number 299 out of 300, but nothing and no one is going to stand in his way of coming out on top. By the way, I mean, strikers are important, but I feel like they're more in soccer than just strikers, right? It's like there's this romanticization, like there are other roles. um, so apparently this series, from what I've heard, is supposed to be pretty decent because it's supposed to be like super ruthless or
So
something
this
like
is
that.
a sports game survival series, right?
Yeah. So it's probably gonna be honestly, now that you describe it that way, like my
Yeah,
interest in
your
this
opinion
series.
just fucking plummeted.
Yeah. I like how near with like just
I mean,
a
that's what this
single
is,
sentence.
right?
Yeah, no,
It's
I'm not
it's
saying
a
you're
sports
wrong.
survival game.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I just say with a single word, just turn my like I thought I was gonna eat this like delicious meal, and then
Yeah,
he's
you were
like, by the way, it has poop in it. You're like,
you were like,
oh,
you were like,
okay.
this is kind of an interesting take on the sports genre, and you're like, yeah, it's a survival game, right? And you're like, oh,
Yeah. It's like fuck. Yeah, you're right. God damn it. Um, I bet number 300 is secretly strongest hiding it. God damn it. Yeah. Now that Nier says that, fuck, you're right. God damn it, this sucks. I thought I was gonna be supporting a sports series for once, Nier. God damn it,
no.
you're gonna make me look like an asshole because I keep shitting on a sports series, and then this one is like looked like a different sports series, but it's an even worse sports series. So yeah, I'm probably not gonna watch it. Toast.
Remember when I talked about what Futsal Boys and like
Yes.
the other like 3 soccer series? What
Mhm.
else? About Shoot? Was it Shoot? I think it was Shoot.
Yeah,
Did
shoot
I
goal to
co-
the future.
did I cover Aoshi or whatever? I don't know.
No, I don't believe you did.
Good. Remember when I said I'd rather just watch Blue Lock? Well, this is Blue Lock.
Ah, okay.
Like, I mean, I like Inazuma 11. This has Inazuma 11 vibes. Why not?
Mhm.
This is what that is. Oh my god, yeah. Finally, finally, in quotes, the football anime that I wanted is coming out.
All right, so you're definitely gonna watch it then.
Definitely, I guess.
Okay. Dark.
No.
Near.
It's like Keijo, but with soccer, football.
Yeah, nah. I'm good.
All right. Anyways, next on the list here, it is Bocchi the Rock. Uh, so Hitori Bocchi-chan, Goto, uh, or Hitori Goto, also nicknamed Bocchi-chan, is a lonely high school girl whose heart lies in her guitar. She does nothing every day except strum her guitar by herself at home. However, she happens one day to meet Nijika Ichichi, who is looking for a guitarist for her group named Kessok Band. So this is actually the Cloverworks series. So
I thought you said no sequels.
is this the
This is
sequel?
obviously Hitori Bochi season 2.
Isn't it? I
It's
thought it
not.
was just a
He's
spin-off.
joking.
No, it's not. Yeah. I was like, what the fuck?
Are you
Okay.
okay?
Okay, I was like, cause I actually like, cause I remember like when this first like was released, I was actually making like a similar joke, so I got confused for a split second, cause I was like, wait a minute, this is like the name is like the exact same or whatever it was. But yeah, um, I'm going to watch this cause I like these sorts of setups. Usually these setups don't go too badly. Their like floor isn't like terrible, so. Relatively safe bet to make for me, for my tastes, not necessarily for everybody else's tastes. But yeah, toast.
Do you think it will be as good as that one famous scene in Haruhi where God knows?
I mean, like every time like people do like girls in an anime do like have like a guitar scene, it's always compared to that scene.
I mean,
Yeah.
am I wrong? Because I like that scene.
I mean, it's a nice scene,
Is it going
but
to be as good as Zombieland Saga?
Zombieland Saga is such a high bar. It's hard. I don't think it's gonna beat that bar. I can say
Man,
it pretty
no
confidently right now.
thanks, bro.
Okay, like let's be fair. If everything was like, is it gonna be as good as Zombieland Saga or higher? I don't think you're gonna be watching a series until like 2027. Like, I'm gonna be real honest. It's very hard to beat Zombieland Saga, to be honest.
What?
So
I mean,
take what you get. Sometimes you have to. You're looking for diamond in the rough, but then you just have to take the rough. Sometimes you just have to take some of the rough. Yeah.
what Saga Sise Saga Jihan? 18 million views. That's a high bar.
Mhm. Anyways, Dark. What about you?
I might check it out. Really have high hopes though, to be honest.
Yeah, reasonable. Near?
So this is K-On! 2.
Shut the fuck up! Don't talk to me. I'm gonna mute you for like the rest of this podcast.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
Yeah,
It looks
okay.
fun.
Right. Next on the list here. Oh, this one. Right. God
Wasn't
damn. Alright.
K-On! 2 basically Love Live?
I don't think that's how the
What?
analogy works. That is not how the analogy works, I think.
What was it? Was it Sunshine? Which one was the one with the chick with the guitar? I don't watch Love
No,
Live.
I don't
to
think any of
remember.
them were
Listen,
really
man.
spiritual
If
anyway.
there's an
A
anime
guitar.
character with a guitar, it's literally K-On!
It doesn't even matter whether it's like a boy or girl. It's just like
Yeah.
if they have a guitar, it's chaos.
If there's a guitar in an animated show, it's K-On!
Yeah. It's like how fucking if anything involves like drawing manga at all, it's automatically like Bakuman too.
I
That's
think you mean
how
Man Girl.
Yeah,
Man Girl, that is
Man
true.
Girls.
Man Girl, dude.
What is this Bakuman?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Respect your elders, dude.
Yeah. Anyways, next on the list here
Peter Girl
is
season 2? Hell yeah, I'm in.
well, that too, but also, it is a manga original called Fufu Ijo Koibito Miman. More than a married couple, but not lovers. All I guess is the official localization. Although I guess, in my opinion, the better way to put it, better title would have been like more than married, but less than lovers, because it's a riff on the common phrase I believe it's like tomodachi ijo tomodachi ijo koibito miman, or that it's like more than friends but less than lovers. Like that's the sort of like riff that they're doing. This is done by Studio Mother, or helped produced by Studio Mother
Can't talk
Studios.
about
I
my
have
mother
never heard
that
of them.
way.
Studio
It is
Mother. Let's see. They've done
they helped with
Arifureta.
Uchu. They did Uchu Senkan Yamato. That's pretty funny.
Yeah,
That's
apparently
weird.
they did Arifureta. So
Okay.
it's a high bar.
Never heard
This
of that.
series is incel core with the NTR of Damocles hanging in the air. So it's like it's a very like are
This
you
looks
really
really
in love with me?
obnoxious.
Are you really in love with me? But are you sure? Are you sure it's not just the formalities? Are you really? Isn't it that serious? Like I haven't read it, but it's probably that, right? Um, Summary here. Third year high school student Jiro Yakuin gets saddled with a Gyaru classmate Akari Watanabe for the class's quote unquote marriage training project about practicing to be a married couple. Jiro is complete opposite of Akari, but the two know that if they do well, they will be able to switch partners to end up with their respective crushes, and so they force themselves to act like the perfect married couple. It's I can't believe I have to room with a bimbo and not my pure childhood friend who has to room with. Yeah, it's the whole so it's gonna be the whole like
Oh,
so it's gonna be the whole like oh we don't get together like opposites attract or not opposites attract, but it's like we don't get along at first, but then we so like each other. It's like
It's modern day Toradora.
yeah, a lot of series have done this. Toradora, I think the one that people would, the average modern Crunchyroll user would recognize is probably Nisekoi. It's probably the more recent formula, right? So on.
I mean, this just looks insufferable.
Yeah, I mean it's not a good formula.
Like
I would say this structure is never good.
this
I'm just gonna say
PV.
straight out.
I'm not gonna lie. This PV makes this pink-haired character look like genuinely one of the most unlikable people.
The
Like
issue is,
ever.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just how the structure is. I want to say that every series that starts with this becomes like, even if it's a good series, it becomes a good series despite the premise and not because of the premise. Even Toradora, in my opinion, was not good because there was this like
Yeah.
like opposites track. It was good despite it. So I've never believed in this structure. It's never been a good literary device or premise. So I'm probably not going to watch it. Again, if I had to, I would just read it. Toast.
I read this series. I'll
Okay.
watch it. I'll watch
Okay.
it. Why
Okay.
not?
Dark?
No, I'm all right. I'll
Okay.
pass.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
This has the
Yeah.
same vibes of, oh, my friend is hooked up with this chick. Well, we'll date each other as revenge. What series am I thinking of? Because there's like a million of those.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah,
It's like
again, there's a
Yeah, I don't
bunch of
know. It's like you could try to compare this to Toradora if you really want to, but the thing is like all of these characters look unlikable. Like
that's
and it's
fair.
like Taiga obviously has her moments of like being a fucking bitch, but it's
the
like
issue is also this structure is catch 22 in that sense because they all have to start out by
yeah, they
being not likable for
yeah,
each
like
other, right?
all of them don't like each other at the beginning. And
Yeah, that's the
so
whole point. And
and
then they
so
become yeah.
to like portray them not liking each other, they basically all have to be unlikable. And
Yeah,
then
exactly.
it's like why am I watching this? Why am I reading this? You know?
Yeah.
Um
And then they like they like every episode they do like one cute thing. They're like, "Oh, I'm actually with a the classic thing where it's like you're the main character is like walking out in the back end of the school and then he catches like the girl that he dislikes like petting a cat and being like super like cute and like, "Oh, like showing her girly side, right?"
yeah.
Um and then the guy's like, "Oh, she can't act like a girl after all."
I hate to
That fucking shit.
hate to break it to any writers, but like,
You
if you have a character that like serially abuses people, but sometimes they pet a cat, they're still a bad person. Like they're still a bad
What are
person.
you talking? They're showing their girly
Fucking says
side. That
you,
means
dude.
Yeah.
that mean they're showing their girly side. That means the main character has to go out with her. That's how it works,
Yeah,
okay?
no.
Also, I'm gonna point out the PV. Why are the colors so off? If you see
Yeah,
it, if
it's
you
a little bit weird.
like, they show a picture of the manga cover, how bright her hair is. This PV, it's kind of dull. It's not pink. It's more like lilac. So what's up with that? So
Cecile
there's
said this is worse than 3D Kanojo and Rent a Girlfriend if you want to borrow. That's a really scary thing to say. I'm not gonna lie. That's a very you realize the implications of what you're saying, right? You're like this. Cecile is like saying this is worse than chemical warfare. That is like about the equivalent of what he's saying.
I'm gonna disagree and put rent. There's no beating a rental girlfriend.
Or
Nothing.
like Fuka related, yeah. But yeah,
Oh,
um,
I have a seething dislike toward Fuko, but not towards the character themselves.
it's the
No, like
pacing.
no, I don't like the author.
Oh,
Ryokoji, I don't like that guy at
okay,
all.
okay.
Um,
Mental
Kimi,
girlfriend still has to end. Yeah.
like what is it? Kimito Irumachi, that one was okay,
Mhm.
but Fuka and Suzuka, ugh, no thanks.
Yeah. Anyways,
Yeah,
next
so
on.
I'll put it between 3D Kanjo and Rental Girlfriend. It's not that bad, but I don't like the colors on the color palette so far. It's
Yeah.
weird.
No, it's understandable. Next on the list here, this one is the one that we talked about, I believe, one or two podcasts ago in the news. This is AQ Shonen Eternal Boys. So this is the series where it's like an idol group is made, but it's like all the members are like men in like their 30s and 40s and like 50s or some bullshit like that, like super old people. Not old, but like definitely
Yes,
middle aged.
yeah. Keep in mind Japan's like idea of super old is like 25. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. Um, what is it? Let me see. Where it's like. Oh, by the way, the reason why this I mentioned this during the news segment, like a couple of podcasts back, because it was really funny because like they're all like, I'm a 40-year-old former salaryman, or it's like I'm a what is it? I'm a 41-year-old cabaret club host, or I'm a 40-year-old former head of management, or whatever. And they all look like the way they look in the anime is like they all look like they're in their like maybe like late 20s or something like that at best, right?
I mean,
um
it's literally like draw a high school boy and like put lines under his eyes.
Yeah, exactly. It's like now he's a 41-year-old head of management or whatever it is. This is another film done by, or sorry, another anime series done by Light and Films. This is an anime original, I believe. So, um, honestly, like this might actually be funny. Wait, I need to actually see this.
Funny? Question mark?
Yeah, I hate to actually see this. Like,
I don't know. It kind of just looks like a standard idol series to me. Except sometimes they talk
it
about
might be
mold.
kind of like Chikyu Boibu Defense, the Earth Love or whatever it is, right? The Earth Love Defense Club or something like that, right?
Right.
It might be like that. If it's like that and it, like really like slams home like the comedy part, I might watch it. But beyond that, it's gonna be hard to keep up the pace enough for me to keep watching it. Is I think my fear. So, Toast.
Are you gonna watch this? You like dude anime, right?
That's a very dangerous way to phrase that.
You like men, right?
Yeah, you like men
You
in
you
anime
you
and
you you,
stuff,
you
right?
like what is it? What is it? What's the term? Overripe tomato anime? Is it tomato or is it
What?
banana? I don't know. Avocado?
I don't know what the fuck you're talking
What?
about, dude.
I have no fucking clue what you could possibly even be referring to.
They're eternal boys, right? They're past their prime. They're overripe. Is that what is that? I don't remember the term anymore.
I think you just said Pastor Prime, but yeah, are you gonna watch it? Toast?
Dandy boy? Is it dandy? Is it dandyism? I don't know
I
anymore.
don't know.
All right, you like dandyism, right? You want this?
I don't know if I want this, but I guess I'll check it out.
No thanks. I like girls.
Okay.
I'm not.
Toast telling us that he is indeed heterosexual. Yes.
I'm not interested in older men in that sort of regard.
Okay.
I mean, if one of the
Specifically older men, right? Like if it was like the younger, maybe it'd be
you know what?
like
I'll watch it if one of them has like a chronic back problem or one of them has like hemorrhoids.
I mean,
Like
that's probably gonna
all
be
of them.
part of like the comedic premise, right? It's like, oh, I'm old, I can't stretch or whatever. It's probably
If
gonna be
all
part of their
if all
slapstick.
of them have some sort of debilitating like physical feature, just like what is it? What's that one thing? Katawa Shoujo in like Katawa Shoujo kind of way. I'll watch it.
Katana Shoujo is a different level, though. Katana Shoujo is literally just like that's a very different level, I think.
Yeah, like oh, Sessian put up wrote a good comment. Wow, you should read that comment.
Jesus. Dark. What about you?
I mean, definitely if it has some comedic thing like that, I'll watch it. Hell yeah. I like laughing at old people, but not like Mike Stoklasa level of old people laughter.
Yeah, I don't know. It just kind of doesn't seem like it's gonna go there.
Mhm.
I would. I would if it did, but it does very much seem like it's gonna be really standard idol stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I think they're gonna lean a little bit harder on the comedy side, probably. Yeah.
What if one of them is like a crippling nicotine addiction, and when they're practicing on stage, smoking a cigarette, then he has to starts coughing on stage and has to go to the hospital, and then they have to do the song without him. Then they sing a song about cigarettes. I'm in on that.
It's kind of
Okay.
fucked up, dude.
What about you, Nier?
No. No.
All right. Next on the list here, then. This is the other one that we talked about, actually, right? I think Nier, right?
Yeah, talked about. More like I fucking shit all over this because this looks
Yeah.
stupid as hell.
Play it cool, guys. It is a manga original, Cool Tojidanshi, and that means like cool but clumsy, cool and clumsy, or cool clumsy dudes, or cool clumsy guys. This is actually by Piero, or produced slash headed by Piero Studios. Although again, I see a lot of different subcontractors here. It's about like just like a bunch of dudes who are like I think probably like shorts or something like that, like a series of shorts that are like, or
I'm
at least
assuming
mini
so.
episodes. Yeah, where it's like they're pretending to be cool on the outside, on the surface, but on the inside they're like, they're awkward or they're being, nerdy or whatever, or whatever is my guess, right? Um, yeah, Nier, are you gonna go for the cool, play cool guys?
No. And I'll just say what I said when you like showed me this first.
Yeah,
I genuinely think this might be one of the dumbest premises I've ever seen
the what
in
privacy?
my
Sorry.
like just one of the stupidest premises I've like ever seen. Just like ever. Just straight up.
It's
Because this
honestly, it's honestly one of those things where it's like I don't. How do I say this? It's one of those things where I think women are really attracted to like, or not really, but it's like they're naturally like comfortable with this sort of premise. But like men are not. Men are just like this is stupid, and like women are just like stuff. Just like how like
it literally makes no sense to me as to how this is like media right now. Like this how is this being made into media? Like the premise is literally like, oh, this guy looks cool, but he walks around
he's
and
an awkward cutie. It's Gatmoe, my friend.
it's literally
It's
like,
Gatmoe.
oh, there's this cute guy walking around, but his shoelace is undone. Funny, right? It's like, no,
Oh, it's
no.
cute. It's
Like
supposed to attract all the womens.
I don't understand. It's like, like, wow, there's this cute guy, but he dropped his wallet. What is the joke?
Again, you know how women always like go like, oh, he's cute when like they do something like when like a hot like dude does something like
Oh, he's
clumsy
so
and like
cute
there's
when he
that.
does normal human behavior. Ah, yeah, women are fucking insane. That's all I'm gonna say.
We do not support these statements in
I
the
do.
podcast as
I
a
do.
whole, but that's sort of what I'm pointing out. It's less like, in my opinion, it's less like the comedy thing. Like they're not really pushing for that comedy as heavily. It's more just like a general comfortable like set of premises that uh like sort of Japanese women female audiences that are watching this tend to like, in my opinion. So it's probably something like that they're trying to appeal to for views. But I guess you're not watching it. Dark, what about you?
No. What the? No.
You're like, wait a
Yeah,
minute, let me
like
think
it's the
about it.
same.
No.
Yeah, no, it's the same. Pretty much the same sentiment. It's just like
Yeah,
what?
like you could get more entertainment from watching like CCTV footage than this. Like just straight up.
Again, I don't think it's really supposed to be funny. I think it's supposed to appeal to a certain set of like female audience or whatever. But yeah. Toast?
Do you think it'll be as funny as Danchi Coco say?
Goddess Cookies is actually funny.
I don't think this will be funny.
I think it's supposed to
Like, there's
laud
a
your
lot
buddy.
of awkward hilarity in Danchi Coco say because it's like, hey, that's what I do because I'm a dude. Well, do you think it'll be that kind of?
I think
No.
Danchi Kokuse is made for people
No,
who
like
want to
Toast,
laugh.
straight up, if you watch the PV, it's literally like, oh, he's like a cute guy, but he like drops his wallet, or he wears
Hee,
like
that's so cute.
he
Nier,
wears
don't
like
you?
different colored socks. Like funny, right? It's like no, it's not. Like this is
Nier,
it's
Nier, you need to be
literally
one.
normal human behavior. Like
Nier,
literally
if
one
you
of the gags in the PV is like, wow, this guy's playing basketball, but he put his jersey on inside out. Who cares?
Nier,
Like,
Nier, if you don't do every single one of these things in the
dude,
in this series,
if you literally don't live like a perfect existence, you're such a
Mhm.
quirky little heckin' bean. Like,
yeah.
But
if
near,
if you, if you have to do every single one of these cute, clumsy, awkward, nerdy things to attract the Japanese women under the sakura tree. That's how it
I'm not gonna
works.
lie, like, this series kind of pisses me off, actually. Like,
I like how you thought about it like throughout, like while we were previewing
yeah,
this,
like,
and you're like, actually, fuck this.
this is kind of like actually upsetting me because it's like the fact that it's like it's trying to point out like the most mundane things as like clumsy, quirky, like funny things is like this is kind of like bad. Like this is kind of bad rhetoric to
not-
have, where it's like.
It's not a bad. What I would say is
I
like
mean, people like
this-
there are going to be
this-
people that see this and be like, "Oh, is that like not normal?" It's like,
well,
no, these are like normal things, dude. Like these are normal actions that people take. Like this is not like funny things.
Well, I don't know if they would imply that, but it's like what I would say is like how do they say this? I'm not sure if I want to use the word stability, but like the sort of comfort that this gives like very standard like casual Japanese female audiences, right? Is the same sort of stable comfort that something like I don't know, like a Getsuyobi no Tawa, right? Tawa
Hey
Monday
man,
would
Tawa
give
on
to
Mondays,
male audiences.
fantastic.
But like the thing is, like women would be like that and just like, okay, well, it's just like a girl like that's just like pulling her hair back in. It's like it's just doing some random like that's it. It's like what like people do that every day. It's like whatever, man. Um yeah, I mean the whole like Tao shouldn't exist or whatever. It's not that's not like the value of that is not really, like the current debate in my opinion is not really like should that exist, should that not exist. I think it's the equivalent. It's understanding that that sort of like Tawa or like stuff where like these like shorts where they're just like, oh, girls are being slightly tsundere or like they're like pulling
mean,
their
it's
hair
like-
back in or doing whatever.
I don't know.
It's,
Do
like,
you
the
do you really
equivalent of,
think
like,
that
fair,
like
but I wouldn't argue.
do you
for
really
those
think that like
series
this
Yeah, no, yeah, that's the
do you
whole
really think that like this appeals to like because Tawa Mondays is
I
like
do,
it
yeah.
is a genuine like male fantasy kind of thing where it's like the girl is being
I think
flirty.
Tawa is a little bit more extreme than this
Yeah,
one is,
like,
but I think
the girl is
think
being
this one's
flirty or
still-
like cute
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
this one's like do you really think that like
I do because Japanese.
do you really think a
not
guy like
Japanese,
putting
just
on
Japanese
his
women, but-
basketball jersey inside out is like a female fantasy kind of thing of like a hot guy like to do? Like, do you really think that's cute?
of a
Like,
himbo,
that's-
yeah.
I wouldn't say it's like I would.
Or
I
like,
think
I mean,
the
look
way
at, like,
the way
Fujo shit. Like,
No, okay. So to be precise, the way that it is described in the English diction as like a female fantasy, I think is a little bit extreme. But in general, like you hear like women kind of talking about like how they find it's like, oh, it's cute when like a bunch of like cute or like handsome guys like do these like suddenly like clumsy things, and they're like, oh, oops, or whatever. It's like you've heard like women talking about that sort of stuff, right? And this is the natural conclusion / extension.
I just think
of
it's
that
psychotic.
thing. I'm not saying whether I'm not talking about necessarily its
Yeah,
objective
okay,
value
coward.
within society. I'm just saying that to women it might again serve as a general like, oh, it's like a comfort food of sorts. It's like a mental comfort food. Similar to how men would find like tawa as like a mental comfort food of sorts. It's like that. But yeah. Anyways, disregarding,
I hate this
near
show. I hate this show.
Yeah, okay, that's
you guys
fine.
just
It's
talking-
fine to hate the show. Just please don't say I hate women. It's fine. It's okay. It's okay to hate the show, I think.
yeah, tune in next week when we have special guest Andrew Tate on the podcast.
Yeah.
Gonna be a really great time.
Anyways, so next on the list here is Love Flops. So what is this? Anime original? Yeah, Renai Flops. This is done by Passione. Passione. So
Do you
As-
get
as-
do you get inspired?
what? Get what?
I'll never get it.
What the fuck? Oh yeah, they did do citrus. I forgot. Yeah,
No, I
they
mean
did.
you'll never get it, huh, Spider?
What?
Just talking about JoJo? Is that it? Is that
Yes.
this whole? Why?
Passione is
yeah.
the name of the gang.
Are you
I
gonna do that
know,
literally
but,
every
like,
time?
it's
Like
just-
literally
Yes,
every
I
time
am.
Studio Passione
I will
is brought
literally
up.
every time do this.
Oh
You
my
can't stop
God.
me.
All right.
Until Spire can until it becomes
Spire
ingrained in
goes-
Spire's memory.
Passione JoJo, by the way.
Yeah, until I become literally the meme like JoJo fan. Okay. Anyways, Asai Kashiwage is a student who one morning runs into a series of unusual accidents on the way to school, all in accordance with a vague television fortune he watched that morning, and all culminating with an unfortunate encounter with a girl. Coincidentally, all the girls he meets are new students or teachers at his school. Asai's prior knowledge of the girls earns him the suspicion of Yoshio, a self-proclaimed quote-unquote friend of Asai. After school, he finds a love letter in his shoe locker, telling him to come to the cherry blossom tree behind the school, again according to his morning fortune. Asai heads to the cherry blossom tree to see what awaits him. So what is this? This is original rom-com. This is not a multimedia project, I believe. This is just happening with Passione.
This is just harem shit, right?
Yeah, that's what it looks like, to be honest. Yeah, it's just harem stuff. There's no multimedia. It's just happening. It is a thing that's happening. Passione is doing it. Yeah. I might check it out, but I don't really have much confidence in it. I'm not gonna lie. Nier, what about you?
I'm good.
Dark?
Yeah, hard pass.
Toast?
I watched the PV and I was sussing out why these character designs look familiar in some way. And then I was like, "Is this?" I had a feeling, is this the same guy who drew for Bakemonogatari and all those other Shaft shows? But no, it's not.
Nope.
Apparently not.
Yeah.
But I was completely wrong. It's the guy who drew for Kineo Mosaic, the anime.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm
That
like,
the Pat
that's
Club looks similar.
weird. I didn't get that because different from the Kineo's Mosaic, Bang Dream, Blend S.
Yeah.
So that's why I got that feeling. But I guess I was wrong. What does this have to do with anything? Am I gonna watch the show? No.
Okay.
I don't know where I'm going.
All right. Next series then. It is. Oh, this
What?
is the
You
other.
know what? You know what? I'm gonna point out something. Why
What?
does the chick in the Chinese outfit always have to have green hair? What's up with that?
I don't think they always have green hair. I don't know if that's, but they do. A lot of times they do have colored hair, like pretty extreme colored hair, just to like accentuate. I guess I don't know. I don't know why.
Why? That's kind
I
of
have
sus.
no idea.
Shampoo had blue hair. That's like I don't get that.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they just like the extreme, like kind of like depictions. But anyways, next
Oh
on,
wait, what's the thing with the green hat?
I don't know. Can we move on? All right. Let me next on the list here is this is another one, like one of the big ones that was talked about coming up this season. I guess not like big, but it's like the name brand is big.
I mean, it
right?
should be big, but
Yeah, it should be big, but I'm
No
not sure
one,
if it's actually
no
gonna pull
one
off.
alive who
No
watches
one alive,
anime
yeah. Nobody is
nowadays
alive has
knows what
ever
this
watched
is.
this. Yeah, exactly. Well, watch the views.
guess I'm fucking dead.
Yeah, exactly. This is actually the Noitamina block one, right? I
Yeah.
forgot, right? This was Noitamina block, right? When it was announced. This was done by David Productions. Obviously, if you guys don't know what David Productions does, you know, he did,
JoJo.
yeah, JoJo. That's all.
Ha
It's
ha ha! I get
JoJo.
it. I get it. Passione.
Yeah.
What?
Um, damn. This is actually the remake, not remake, I guess, re-rendering in a sense of Urusei Yatsura. I think they're doing exactly the same story, but they're just
I mean,
remaking the graphics.
you can't really, like, what do you?
Yeah, if you change the
You
plot,
can't
you're just
really
like,
fuck
yeah,
with Urusei Yatsura's story.
yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
it's pure episodic. Like,
And
Fire-
also, it's like
Fire the
if you try to add extra stuff, I feel like you'd be like you get hate mail from like people who are like you're literally like messing with manga history. um,
Aspire. You
Yeah.
think I was joking? The first anime aired in 1981.
yeah, nobody
Nobody
that
li-
was alive in 1981 is alive
No-
today.
Yeah, nobody alive
Nice.
nowadays who watches anime knows
Very
what this
true.
is. It'll be like
to be fair,
40.
there could be old Japanese people who like
Who
watch
watches anime past 40? If you said Kamen
Japanese
Rider, I'd
people. To
believe
be
it.
fair, I feel like there are Japanese people who still like watch that stuff, right? But
What a bunch of loot.
yeah, what a bunch of losers. Anyways, Urusei Yatsura, manga original, very famous manga. Literally it would not be an understatement to say Urusei Yatsura is one of like the
I mean, it's literally the grandfather of slice of life, just straight up.
yeah. It's like one of the
I won't argue that.
cornerstones or like one of the landmark points of manga history. It's not
Yep.
an understatement to say that. So anyways,
There's
Urusei
a
Yatsura,
reason why Rumiko Takahashi won like that. What is
yeah,
it?
like
That award
Lifetime
for
yeah, like
achievements.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think she has like the purple medal or whatever as well.
Yeah.
The Japanese like purple medal for the civilian. That's like the highest like civilian medal or whatever. Urusei Yatsura is a story of the unluckiest and most lecherous young man alive, Moroboshi Ataru. When aliens decide to invade Earth, Ataru is randomly selected to defend his planet by playing a game of the aliens' national sport, tag. Should he win, the world shall be saved. However, Ataru is motivated for far less noble reasons, as the one he plays against is revealed to be the curvaceous alien princess, Lum. The game goes for 10 days and on the last day, Ataru, motivated by his girlfriend assuring him marriage, and consequently a marriage night one can assume, should he win, finally catches Lum. However, with his victory, he gives a cry of joy for his coming marriage, which is misinterpreted by Lum to be a marriage proposal. She promptly agrees, beginning the two's quote unquote marriage together. Again, this is a very slice of life, like this like the prototype slice of life. So yeah, I mean, if you like the previous Urusei Yatsura stuff, then or if you like if you appreciate manga stuff, you should check out probably Urusei Yatsura a little bit. I wouldn't say necessarily you have to be like, oh, you have to read all of it, you have to like it, blah blah blah. But it's like appreciation. You know what I mean? It's appreciation. So yeah, Nier.
Absolutely. I mean,
Yeah.
it's David Productions. The voice cast is like insane, right? The voice
Yeah,
cast for this is absolutely fucking
Hiroshi
absurd.
Kamiya,
Yeah.
Uesaka Sumire, Hanazawa Kana, Konishi Katsuki, Uchida Maya,
Yeah,
Miyano
Uchida
Mamoru,
Maya,
Sashira
yeah.
Miyuki, Mizuki Nana, Hayami Saori, Ishikami Shizuka, and Takagi Wataru. This is literally every S-lister, A-lister coming into bat for
Yeah,
Urusei
just
Yatsura.
absurd cast. It looks solid. I mean, it's probably not the style I would have gone for. I probably would have preferred something more like what they did with what was it, Osamatsu-san or something.
Yes.
This one has a bit of weird shading to it.
Or even, I guess, like the newer versions of like Doraemon or something like that. I guess.
Yeah, or like Lupin.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, this is an absolutely prolific series. This is probably my favorite Rumiko Takahashi series, like just straight up.
Fair.
But yeah, I really like Urusei Yatsura a lot. I watch the original series like every once in a while, just boot up an episode. It's just really fun to watch.
Yes.
I do wonder if they're gonna tone down like Ataru being an absolute disgusting lecherous pervert or not.
Oh yeah, stuff. Yeah, stuff. It's definitely a little bit more just like I don't want to say bombastic is not the right word. It's just like boom, you just do it. Like things just like kind of happen. Yeah.
But yeah,
Like decisions are just made.
I'm very excited to see how this pans out. Hopefully it's good. But yeah.
Dark.
Sure.
Okay. Toast.
But Nier, her hair's not green now.
Wow.
It's
I mean,
iridescent, as
Lum's
it should be.
I mean, Lum's hair has never really been consistent in like any colored depiction. Because in like some of the movies, it's more like bluish green. In some of the episodes of the original series, it's very green. In like some more like extra material, it's more shiny like it is here. But yeah, I mean, she's an alien, so I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be
Her
like
hair's supposed to change color
yeah,
constantly.
it's like shiny and it's almost like a Hoseki no Kuni kind of scenario where it's like
someone in the comments in this video mentioned that it's like the underside of a laser disc, and I'm like, damn, I get that.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
But it's like back then they could only make it green because they sucked
Yeah.
ass.
Mm.
What can I say? Rumiko Takahashi has made some of my favorite anime or mangas ever. While I check it out, yeah, it's kind of it's pretty historical. You'd be crazy not to. Spire,
Yeah.
I know. You Spire, you love To Love Ru, right?
Uh,
You do.
again, my mind has changed a little bit, but the thing is, like, regardless of like my overall feelings or like affinity towards the series, I kind of respect it as like its place in manga history. Again, much like how Urusei Yatsura has its place, obviously much more important than Toloru for sure, uh, in manga history. Like it's appreciation. I appreciate the series for where it is. That's sort of how I think about it.
You can name like, oh, this not human girl shacks up with a human boy and hilarious hijinks ensue. Where do you
Yeah.
think everyone got their idea from?
Yeah,
Bam, right
absolutely.
here.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
Oh,
Like everybody here is probably gonna watch it, but it's like honestly for you guys, like again, you guys don't have to like super like it or like watch every episode or whatever or go back and watch. That's not something that you have to do, but at least check it out and like kind of be in the know and just like appreciate it. It's a part of manga history. Yeah,
I would say if you have the power to, you should go back and watch the original
yeah,
just because it is so historic. Like it is a genuine piece of history.
yeah.
Um, in my opinion, the animation absolutely holds up. It's again,
Mhm.
it's some of the best animation that was ever released for that time period, and it really
Yeah.
shows.
Yeah.
Like if you have the power to, I believe there are actual official English Blu-rays coming for the original series. So, if you're somebody who wants to, is, not down with tracking down like old downloads of these really old series and stuff, like there is an official way
you
to
like
like,
Animax?
yeah,
'Cause that's old
Yeah.
shit.
yeah. But
Yeah.
I would definitely recommend checking out the original. But yeah, like I mean, if you're one of those people that's like, oh, it looks old, then definitely check this out. Like,
You know what's weird though? This is what the third studio that's worked on Lum now. I'm just gonna call it Lum because
yeah,
that's what it was in the old ass dubs. Because what we went from Piero, Studio Dean, and now we're going to Davis Productions. That's not a
Mhm.
bad track record if you think about it.
Hmm. All right. Anyways, next on the list here is manga original, I believe. It is being done by or headed by Studio Flat. I have not heard this studio ever. They did some small stuff. Yeah, I think they only did like one other like Banished from the Heroes Party. Is
Which
this
one?
like the red one? Oh yeah, it's the red one, right? Red. Yeah.
The one where he lives in the countryside? Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, with the elf or whatever it is, or the blonde girl, or
Princess.
yeah, exactly. That's the only major thing that they did. The other
they
one
apparently
is
did Dame Pretty,
I don't know. Yeah, what is that? I don't even know what that is
Dame
actually.
Pretty Anime Caravan. I don't know what this is. Visual
Is
novel
this some sort of like
original.
kids show?
This was in like
Oh no,
2018.
is this like wait what? What is this?
I guess it's just some
Oh, I think it's some
comedy
Fujoshi's. This looks like
series.
a
Yeah,
Fujoshi stuff, right? Yeah, okay, but yeah. Or I feel like. Oh wait, no, this is the game. This is like a mobile game, if I remember correctly. Yeah, this is like a
right.
mobile game. Yeah, okay. Anyways, this one is Yoni no wa sorozore uso o tsuku. Or if I had to translate it real quick, it's like each of them are lying, or each of the four are lying. Is sort of how that title will be in English. So, summary. These girls may seem like ordinary second year junior high school students at first glance, but they are a space pilot, a ninja without a clan, a girl with supernatural powers, and boy in girl's clothes. Wait,
Is
the
this
last one isn't even a girl.
Okay.
is this
Okay.
Haruhi? Is this a Haruhi like mock-up cast? What is this?
It's kind of similar to that, right? So again, what is it? Sakura Ayane, Tanaka Chiemi, Han Megumi, Murakami Natsumi. Let's see this. Okay, so the premise seems interesting. Is it? It's probably gonna be episodic, right?
Probably.
It's probably gonna be episodic. Some weird stuff. I might check this out. Seems interesting. Near?
What? Have you listened to this track in the PV? Holy shit! I just got like whiplash. I'm probably not gonna check this out now.
Okay. Dark?
No, PV like looked like it was like trying to be like super wacky and like fun, but nothing in it like I don't know. I jived with, so I feel like it's gonna be kind of a huge miss when if I watched it anyway. I just don't
Yeah, I
think
can
everything
understand
would
that.
land.
Yeah. Toast? Toast?
I don't know where. I don't get. Is like is the joke of this series like that they're supposed to hide their secrets from each other and act like normal people, or
Probably.
I don't see that because the chick alien chick's holding up the other three with a gun, and I'm like, uh, it would have been funnier if they're like, oh, I'm actually. If they pulled a spy fam, like, oh, I'm not an alien. I'm just a chunibyo, or I'm not a ninja. I'm a regular high school girl, and I mean, I guess the nut girl is the one hiding it the most. That's funny, I guess.
Yeah.
I can't tell what this
So are you
PV's
gonna watch
about.
it?
No,
Okay. I might check it out, but again, I don't have high hopes for it. All right, so this is now the next one.
I have never heard of this series in my entire life. Why is everyone
Yeah,
so hyped
so
about it?
right now we are currently about 50, so 2 hours, 20 minutes into it. This is automatically going to become a 3 hour podcast because of
Yeah.
this one series. All right, here we go. It is Chainsaw Man. It is Chainsaw
Never
Man.
heard of it.
It's a manga original. It is being done by Shueisha, or headed by, or sorry, not Shueisha. It's headed by Mappa. Obviously, Shueisha is giving them all the money in the
Oh
world.
yeah.
Um, who is so I Fairu's Ai is actually,
She's power in
yeah, she's
this.
power, and but the other people I haven't really heard that much of.
Yeah. So like
Ikunosuke Toya, I haven't heard of Denji, right? The Denji.
Yeah, so I think I talked about it on a previous episode, but like the person they got for Makima,
Mhm. Kusunoki
Kusunoki
Tome.
Tomori,
Yeah, yeah.
she's mostly done like lolly roles and stuff,
Okay.
which is a very interesting casting choice.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think a lot, well, not a lot, but you know, a good chunk of like the cast that they've sort of gotten outside of, you know, Fido's Eye is like relative newcomers to like complete newcomers, which is pretty interesting for
Yeah,
such
yeah, yeah, yeah.
a for such a fucking high profile series.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah, I think Fairu's Eye and like Kusunoki Tomori are I mean, even Kusunoki Tomori has mainly been on the up and up in the last year or so. It's not even like in the last like X
yeah,
years. It's like
I've
in the
never heard of
last
this
year.
Pharaoh's Eye at all.
Yeah, yeah. Fairu's Eye, completely unknown person, by the way.
Jolene? No,
Yeah.
I've never heard. Who's Jolene?
But yeah. Anyways, I'll just go over the summary very quickly here from ANN. Denji is a destitute young man who lives in a world filled with bloodthirsty monsters called devils. One day, he befriends Puchta, who is a devil dog thing that is also a literal chainsaw. If that wasn't already weird, things take a real turn. Things take a real turn when Denji is murdered by gangsters, and Puchta fuses with his soul to save his life. This turns the perpetually hungry and horny Denji into the titular Chainsaw Man, who ends up hunting other devils for the enigmatic Makima, a woman who works for a governmental bureau of devil hunters, and strings Denji along with vague promises of sex and fortune, even as she treats him as little more than a dog himself. So yeah, uh, extremely popular online. Just like not even a cult hit at this point. It is just a hit. It is
yep,
a mainstream hit
it's
at this
absolutely massive.
People are just coming all over their monitors whenever they hear anything about Chainsaw Man.
Yeah,
And obviously everybody here is gonna watch it, but I just wanted to hear your guys' thoughts on how the anime is going to go. I want to kind of narrow it down a little bit. So the anime, how do you think the anime is gonna go?
If you don't watch Chainsaw Man, do you even like anime? That's the kind of a big deal that this is. It's like, who cares about like, oh man, what now that My Hero Academia is going downhill, fan base is gonna migrate to this. Oh boy.
I mean, literally every single everybody is going to migrate to this. Like everyone, like
You're
Demon
gonna see
Slayer
so many
fans,
meme clips
My
of this
Hero
on
Academia
YouTube.
fans,
Yeah.
like everybody is migrating to Chainsaw Man. Like
For
it's
good reason.
absolutely fucking huge, and it's like it's not like it's undeserved either. Like Chainsaw Man is a phenomenal series in my opinion.
Yeah.
It's not
thought you-
undeserved, but it will be insufferable.
You thought
Oh yeah,
Spy-
Those fans,
absolutely,
it's a community.
absolutely.
It's a community.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
You remember when everyone was like all hyped about Spy Family? It's like, well, guess what's bigger than Spy
Family was a
Family?
far cry. from
The issue
what this
is
about
the
to
issue
be.
is like with the
Yeah.
My
reception of
family
this.
people aren't insufferable for sure. They are
Yeah,
not.
but
they're
the
fine.
thing is with the reception of this is the issue is going to be there's not going to be like a Chainsaw Man community. It's going to be like any Twitter, like as a whole. And as we all know, anime Twitter is absolutely fucking wretched and just
Yeah.
completely insufferable.
Absolutely.
So like that is going to be pretty much everything you're going to see from like the reception of this series, which is
yeah.
going to be pretty annoying. I would highly recommend just like not looking up like any like discussion or anything as you're going through this series. But yeah, in terms of like how the anime is going to pan out, I mean, Mappa has been pretty open about it. I think they've said they're covering like all the way up to at least Reese, which I believe is like the Bomb Devil, which is pretty far, like quite far into the manga. Although the manga is very very fast paced. Like it's really quick. And the first part, like before, it is basically part one. Before it like went on hiatus for a while, is like it's something like 90 something chapters. So it's pretty quick. It's pretty short. There's definitely like they can blast through it. I think within like 13-ish episodes. Honestly, depending on how fast they go. Although I don't know if they've said how many episodes this is going to be. But yeah, like they've been pretty open about wanting to do like as good of an adaptation as possible. It's very clear. Like the director is a huge fan of Chainsaw Man and like all of the other like Tatsuki Fujimoto works. Like I'm pretty sure he said he wants to do Fire Punch as well. And like pretty much every other like story he's done. Like apparently Mappa wants to like adapt all of the mangas he's done, which is pretty wild.
I'm glad that it's Mappa though, because can you imagine if it had been like Trigger? Like,
Yeah,
two things would
like-
have happened. One, Trigger would have like started to run out of like studio like animation quality in the middle of it, and like would have started to like subcontract to random people, which would have made it worse. And second, anime Twitter would become even like more insufferable. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
I'm glad it was Mappa.
I mean, what other series are they gonna do? Because the only one I remember is Fire Punch, and Fire Punch is weird, but I liked it.
For Fujimoto's works,
Yeah,
I mean,
I only remember Fire Punch.
they could do was it Sayonara Eddie, right? As well. There's some other short stories he has. But yeah,
They could
like
probably spin it into like OVAs. Or something
yeah,
like that, or like a series of OVAs.
but yeah, I mean, again, this is like
near.
this is the biggest thing of the season. This is probably going to be the biggest thing of the year. It's probably going to be the biggest thing for the next few years.
Really? Next
think
few
so.
Years. Wow. Okay.
I think so. Yeah. Like, I mean,
Contender
you've-
for biggest thing
you've-
of the year, I can like obviously see. Like that's not even a question.
I mean, you've
next few years is
seen
very amazing.
You've seen the hype for this thing, right? Like we
Yeah,
have
yeah,
two PVs. We literally have two PVs.
Yeah, people are
and,
just like, oh,
like
thank
people,
you, God,
like
please.
people are fucking exploding over this. Like
Yeah, exactly. Just like insert into my veins level.
yeah, like this is gonna be huge, and they've I'm pretty sure they've said like they want to cover all of it, like all of the manga. So this is definitely
yes,
getting
yes.
multiple seasons. So like this is going to be big for a while.
Okay. No, okay, that's understandable then.
But yeah,
Oh,
like
because you're gonna because they're gonna get it's gonna get multiple seasons is what you're saying. Yeah.
yeah, definitely.
Yes.
Um,
Okay. No. Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, like I'm gonna watch it. In terms of like, I don't know. I really don't see this like not being like anime of the year. You know what I mean? Just
Yeah. The thing is that the source material is good enough, so it's like literally all Mappa has to do is just slightly, not even truncate. I think they'll probably do a straight add up. They probably won't do truncations, right? They'll
I
probably do a
mean,
straight add up.
they could truncate some of the little more like, you know, irrelevant scenes because there's a lot of scenes where Denji's kind of just like, damn, I want to jerk off, right? Or it's like we don't really need to see that animated. I mean, you could
Hey, if Akiba Made War is doing censored
Hey,
scenes,
man,
then
hey, man,
obviously
hey,
Made
man.
War.
you could do a couple of them just because like that is like as weird as it is to say, it's pretty integral to like Denji's character.
Yeah,
Like he's a horn dog. Like literally all he cares about is like sex, money, and food. That's like he's a little child. So it's like obviously you're gonna keep some of those scenes, but like I don't think you really need all of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, they could truncate some stuff just to like keep it along. But again, like I said, the manga is very fast paced.
Yeah.
It's really snappy.
So most of it's just like
Near. Don't you remember the famous scene from Parasite the Maxim
uh-huh.
where Miki turns into a wiener?
Yeah.
You gotta put that in.
Yeah. But
But yeah, with like a relatively straight adaptation, like that's all they need to do and keep the animation quality high enough,
I
right?
mean,
It's like they don't even really need to like they need to worry a little bit about the storyboard, but like they don't really need to worry about anything else.
Yeah, I mean the PVs have been nuts, and I'm
yeah, the
just like,
PVs are absurd. It's like
are you gonna actually manage to keep that up?
you have to keep in mind they've said a lot of stuff in the PVs aren't like finished. Like a lot of this stuff you can tell is a bit CG'd in. Like a lot of like like the chainsaw man, him like when he's like transforming and stuff, a bit of that is like CG. And they've said like that's temporary. Like they don't want CG to be in the final production.
That's a
So
scary
Hey, listen,
statement.
good
That's
luck
like
and
that's like a
Godspeed.
yeah,
scary
like
statement.
that's you're really like promising a lot there.
Yeah, and it's like you better have more money than
I'll
fucking
fucking
Bill Gates
believe it when
himself.
I see it, but I mean,
yeah, like I absolutely expect them to like throw some CG in there because to do scenes like they're showing consistently like throughout, you know, multiple seasons, like there's no way because they
there's
still have to
no-
wrap
yeah,
up. Like Mappa still has to wrap up Attack on Titan. They still have Vinland Saga. Like they've got other
they're
really big names
still doing fucking what's it called too, right? Fucking
Jujutsu Kaisen as well, yeah.
like
But they haven't announced when the next season's coming, so
yeah.
but
Well, listen, unless that season's coming in fucking 10 years, I don't think.
yeah, I don't know. But
think
it's
they're
just
gonna
like
be able to like.
yeah, I think the only issue Mappa really has with tackling this series is keeping the animation quality consistent.
Yeah.
And if any studio right now can do that, it is Mappa.
Yeah. Like if
Yeah.
you had to trust, if you had to trust one studio for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So in my opinion, like this series is very much just shoe-in for anime of the year.
Oh, it's gonna cruise. It's like what the fuck else? Like is there?
Yeah, like
realistically.
Yeah, it's very hard. Yeah.
so, you know,
Like even if I was being generous, like be a like almost close second from everything I've seen of Cyberpunk already. But like,
I mean, there's good names out this year, like right, like there's Licorice Recoil, there's Cyberpunk that people are loving, you know, there's definitely other stuff too, but it's like, I think once Chainsaw Man comes out, it's just like there's no contest, right? Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only way it could like we don't know like how high it'll go, but it'll definitely be like the baseline for it. Like the only way the baseline could ever end up below good is if they really horribly mess it up. Like the entire studio like gets sent like anthrax or something like that. Like that's the
Yeah.
only real way that this.
I mean, it would
series
have to
can-
be the only way for that to happen would literally have to be ironic. Well, I mean, not even ironically. Like speaking of cyberpunk, like it would have to be like a cyberpunk, like the game level,
Level
Yeah,
stuff,
fuck,
yeah.
like where
Yeah,
they're just
exactly.
lying. Like
Yeah,
they're just
exactly.
they're
Exactly.
lying, and the stuff we've seen is fucking bullshit. Like,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Now,
would have to
where's
be
my
pretty
Fire
massive.
Punch anime?
I mean, we'll probably get it after this.
But yeah, we are all anticipating Chainsaw Man, as you guys are as well. We're not always, hype deflators. We do like Chainsaw Man as well. So we are
Will it be
all
bigger
anticipating.
than Kimetsu no Yaiba?
In terms of like raw sales, I don't know. Kimetsu no Yaiba is like a really hard
Kimetsu
to
no
beat.
Yaiba is a
But it,
once
like-
in a generation phenomenon. That's the
Like
issue.
right
Like,
now,
essentially.
I think
In
the
terms of,
current
like,
sales
anime
charts right
community.
now are like Chainsaw Man is beating stuff like One Piece. So
Just in terms of the anime community, I think Chainsaw Man right now is more hype. But in terms of like history, in terms of like historical sales, again, Kimetsu no Yaiba, once in a lifetime, pretty much like once in a generation, almost
Yeah.
kind of hit. It's
mean,
hard.
I do
That
think-
doesn't
I do
necessarily
think-
mean that Kimetsu no Yaiba is like the best series in history.
No.
That doesn't what I'm saying.
So you're saying
it's
Kimetsu no
sales.
Yaiba is the best anime of 2020s or the 2020s?
Yes, of everything. Yeah, just literally everything.
Just like
But,
Sao was the best anime of the 2010s.
Yeah, exactly.
But I do
but-
think Chainsaw Man has the potential to beat Kimetsu no Yaiba in sales, just because it's the current track it's on right now is really hot. But
It's pretty brutal.
that's a long mountain to climb.
Yeah. It also
I
needs
don't
to go
think-
viral a little bit more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
As
that,
hard
that's
as that
what-
sounds.
I don't see that happening for literally any series for a while, no matter what. Because like
Yeah.
you even got to think about like the fucking Mugen Train shit.
Yeah.
Like,
also,
Mugen Train was
Kimetsu no
absolutely
Yaiba,
massive.
as weird as it sounds, has a lot more family-friendly memes that let it go viral.
Kimetsu no
than
Yaiba is
Chainsaw
more
Man.
shonen. This is a lot more adult oriented. It's a different demographic.
Yeah, I think Denji jacking off is a little bit less family-friendly than Nezuko running. Doing the meme run or whatever the Naruto.
Yeah, but it's
runs.
funnier.
Yeah, that's true. So yeah, anyways, again, we are all anticipating Chainsaw Man. I don't think there's any doubt about that, and we'll see what happens when it comes out. So yeah, that's Chainsaw Man. And again, last but not least, I'm not gonna really ask anybody about this. This is just what is it? Side Games is doing like a little mini like Uma Musume thing or whatever it is. Yeah, Uma
That's
Yuru.
Bleach.
Yeah, that's about it.
What about Bleach?
Anyway.
Fire?
What?
What
I mean,
about
Bleach is
Bleach?
a
Oh,
sequel.
The Bleach 1,000-year whatever the
Yeah,
hell.
The
it
Bleach
is?
is-
the finale of the
Still
series.
notable.
Bleach is
though.
Bleach is coming back. So if you're a Bleach
Yeah.
fan for whatever ungodly fucking reason, then please be
This day
excited.
and-
Yeah, for
in
some
this
reason,
day and
yeah.
age.
Yeah, it's what it's called. It's Bleach 1,000-Year Blood War, a very Bleach-like
Yeah,
title.
and then
anyways.
you can make one of those like flow charts or whatever where it's like if you're a Bleach fan, be excited. If you're not a Bleach fan, are you female?
Wait,
Yeah.
so
Because then you can also go to be excited.
Ichigo is like half hollow, half whatever it is, half Shinigami, half whatever the like he has like a quarter, he has like a half of like everything in his veins right now, right, or whatever it is.
I think he's got like
Yes.
fucking
everything.
15 different forms.
Yeah,
Also,
exactly.
The Fullbring arc is the worst Bleach arc. No, there's no comparison.
Anyways, that's pretty much it for our previews. Again, good thing that we ended on Chainsaw Man for the most part, but that was how it is. And yeah, we're just gonna finish up real quick by having everybody go over again retrospection on the last season, just like general stuff what they thought, and their thoughts on the upcoming season, starting with Nier.
Retrospective, I mean, summer was strong, I think. Like you had solid stuff. You have Kaishino Uta,
Yeah.
you have Licorice Recoil, you've got sequel stuff. I mean, Made in Abyss season 2, You got more Overlord for the people that like that. I think a lot of stuff did kind of flop though. Although I mean
Yeah.
stuff like Engage Kiss was like guaranteed to flop, right?
Yeah, it's a little bit hard. Yeah.
You know, but I think for the people that like I do like these seasons where it's like, sure, it's not like super broad sweeping, like super good all around, but it's like for people that like specific thing,
Yeah.
there's like something that's really good,
Yeah,
like
lighthouses in a storm. Like there are
yeah,
definite
like
points of light.
yeah, like Licorice Recoil. I mean, people really like that show. I mean, it's turned Kojima into an absolute fucking fanboy. Like literally, I don't know if you guys have like seen his Twitter, but like he tweeted out like, was it yesterday or a couple days ago? He was tweeting about how he met with Phil Spencer, right? And in the tweet, he's wearing a fucking Licorice Recoil shirt, and like half of his tweet is not him like taking pictures with Phil Spencer. It's him showing off his Licorice Recoil shirt. Like, so like he's an absolute fanboy.
Yeah.
But yeah, you have stuff like you have Kashin Uta. I really love that show. You know, you've got Futo Tante. People really like that.
Futo
Oh, you should
Tante
watch
also has a 7.6 on Mall, and I've never been more unhappy with Mall.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, you should watch Futo
that's
San.
small. For the Ruby fans, they got something, right?
Yes.
Finally, after years, after Ruby releasing,
Yeah, they got
they
something.
finally got something to watch.
But yeah, I mean, I think it was relatively slim pickings, but like what was good was good. Which is maybe not necessarily the ideal, but it's like the next best thing. So I do think it was a solid season. In terms of this season, I think this season's insane, if I'm gonna be honest. But mostly because of the sequels, right? Like you have Mob Psycho season 3, you got more My Hero Academia, you got 2 Year Eternity season 2, you got Spy Family season 2.
Yeah, we usually don't mention it, but it's like there are a lot of big
there are a
names.
lot of sequels this season. There's Morizuki-chan, Kankole is back for the fucking freaks.
Top Team Epic for those people who like Fat, Uzaki-chan.
Yeah, like
Spy
there's
Family, obviously.
more Golden Kamuy. Like there's
Licorice
a lot
Recoil
of
is a 24-parter, so you can keep watching that as well.
Like there's a lot of huge sequels this season, and there's also a lot of big names just in general. Like again, Chainsaw Man, Blue Lock for the people that are interested in that. I think this series is pretty nuts, right? Like
I think
pretty bonkers.
Yeah, the thing is, it has good coverage. It had like even like on the isekai end, you could say that it has like an okay like sort of end, but it's like it has like an okay like front. But in terms of like general like, it's like if you don't like the sequels, you can still have some of the strong like stable like original anime options, and if you don't like the unique anime options, you still have the strong like anime sequel options to fall back on. So it's like there's good coverage on both ends.
It's a very strong season, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much. Yeah. Dark. What about you?
I mean, summer I thought was really good. There's still a lot that I need to go back and watch, but any season that has a new Jashin-chan season, I'm gonna like. So, but yeah, summer was really strong, just from like a couple of really big hitters. But I think this season, I think fall is like fucking stacked. Like fall is fucking ridiculous. Especially like you were saying, like fall. Well, not even especially. Just like from the sequels, it is insane. I think as far as like new stuff goes, though, I think it's kind of weak. To be honest, I think it's pretty slim pickings. Like I think there's gonna be several like stable and good from there. But I think there's a lot of stuff that's just kind of like gonna just bounce off essentially.
I think it's I
I think we're gonna have some real weird times coming up with shit to cover.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, it depends on what your definition of like having good coverage in a season is, because it's like it's one thing where you can have a season where it's like there's a bunch of interesting premises, and you're like, okay, well, one of these will eventually make it out, and you can kind of be like, okay, I don't like this one, I'll go to the next one. I don't like this one, I'll go to the next one. Oh, this one is a little bit boring, I'll check out this one, stuff like that, and you eventually hit upon stuff like that. But this season, you don't necessarily really have as much like objective like choice necessarily. But the thing is, the choices that you do have, are probably more stable than in a lot of other seasons. Is sort of how I see it. You know what I mean?
I mean,
Like there's not
maybe.
like you don't really have that many options aside from like something like a Chainsaw Man or whatever, right? But you know that Chainsaw Man will probably pay dividends. Is
Well, yeah, but then I'm also just like, I'm going through the other ones, and it's like my master has no tail. Could be fine. It could also
right,
be
right,
unbearably boring and nothing, right?
right.
We
That's
we
yeah.
have fucking the farm isekai that's, call me insane, might be bad.
Hmm.
The villainous one could go either way. Like it could be fun or it could be a disaster. Harem Camp is whatever. The Housing Complex C could be fun for all the wrong reasons. And then yeah, so it's just like there's a lot here that's like just kind of like most of this might not be really worth mentioning other than like 4 of these, maybe maybe 5,
Right.
maybe 3. Oh, um, yeah, I think it's going to be a coin toss insofar as like non-sequels.
Hmm.
Um, but the sequels can easily carry this season, like alone.
Right.
So
Okay. Toast. What about you?
What's up? Wait, what? Last season? Last season sucked.
What about this season?
What was the standout? Isekai Yakyoku, but that's only for intellectuals. Most people won't like it because they're not as smart as us, Fire.
Yeah.
People
I've
say Bookworm is the smartest anime they've ever seen. Hit me up when you've watched Isekai Yakyoku, and you can make your own drugs. What is
yeah,
that?
when you've watched the recap episode of Lane,
Isekai Oji-san. Too bad. What happened to it? Fire, you did Engage Kiss, right?
yeah, I did indeed
The
do engage
bootleg
this.
Data Live. That sucked.
It's not even like I
What?
mean, the thing is, even Data Live is like slightly more. I don't know whether I would say palatable, but it's like Data Live is slightly different in premise, but the way it's structured is still easier to get through than Engage Kisses. Engage Kiss is just not good. It was just set up for failure. It was just I've never been impressed by stuff literary premises like that or structures like that. So
Okay, what else? Slime Sage. That sucks. Yeah, that one sucked. 6.31. I guess that makes sense. Black Summoner. I guess it's slightly better than that. What else? Futo Tante. It's all right, I guess. Is it better? Is it better than Geats?
so
People are saying
far.
it's. I mean, Geats has only had like 2 episodes. So
Yeah.
Futo Tante. Still waiting for what? Fang Trigger hasn't shown up yet, right?
No, not Fang Trigger. Fang.
Fang Joker, the original.
I think it was Fang Joker and like Fang something else, right? Didn't he do? I think he used something
I
like
don't
Fang Heat, but I don't
remember.
know
I don't remember Fang
exactly.
Heat. That's
No, it wasn't
fine.
Fang Heat. But yeah, waiting on Excel to show up.
Prima Doll, still better than I expected. That's probably going to be my surprise of the season, I guess. Did all right. What else? Shoot. Well, yeah, shoot sucks. 4.79. Good. Good. What else did I watch? Is that all I watched? I guess. Yeah. All the isekai sucked except for Isekai Yakyoku. Prima Doll is probably the best surprise of the season.
Mhm.
That's
Okay.
about it. Vermeil's Vermeil, whatever. Vermeil's actually doing better than Labyrinth Harem Slaves. Interesting. Interesting.
I'm not surprised, but okay.
Yeah, slaves really fell off.
Yeah, you could say they went out of
They
vogue
really
a
fell
little
out
bit.
of, yeah.
God
I don't
damn
know,
it.
man. Slaves are coming back with a sword dance, though.
Don't say it.
Slaves are making a big comeback.
Well, Fran is a slave. It's like the whole thing. It's a slave girl that finds a sword and then her quest to
Well,
become
the
strongest.
premise is not the. Never mind. Anyway,
Fine. To be fair, it's not. It's just that she just happens to be a slave. There's nothing beyond that, because it's like she's not really a slave anymore. And there's no I'm rearing a slave. That's not the
yeah,
whole
that's
premise of
not the
the series.
premise of Sword Isekai. That's why, yeah. Anyways,
Yeah. So yeah, that's last season sucked. This season definitely gonna be better.
So I guess, yeah, thank you very much, Toast. I guess for me again, I I liked this season. I watched a decent amount of series this season, like more than I usually do these days. I did watch a lot, a decent amount, and a lot of them, I would say, was like slight like comfort food. It wasn't really like on the level
You
of.
thought Slave Labyrinth was comfort food?
That's not. That is not what I said. I said a lot of the stuff I watched was seemed like comfort food, where um I wasn't necessarily like, wow, this really like opened my eyes, or this was really like an advancement in the medium, or like, wow, this is something that I could proudly show to my parents, be like, this is the anime I watch, and like, like I'd be proud of it. It's like a wholesome, very like deep, like moving kind of. There wasn't necessarily a lot like that, but a lot of them was like in the range where it's like, okay, this is like anime. I wouldn't be like ashamed. I wouldn't be super ashamed to admit that I like watched this, or like this is the anime that like we kind of should be watching in like the 20s, the 2020s. And without it being like, wow, there's like one frame of animation here, or like, wow, this story is about a tsundere girl and a guy, and that's about it. And you know what I mean? It's like it's a little bit, there's like one step above that that was like very comfortable and like very decently strung out. A lot of anime series again rose up to the occasion. Like, sort of a lot of the stuff that Nier mentioned, Ruby, went above and beyond maybe what it was designed to do. Um, what is it? Isekai Jisan showed up pretty decently. Call of the Night went above and beyond, obviously. Again, um, some of the other stuff that I watched was pretty decent as well. Prima Doll, obviously, Parallel World Pharmacy, Licorice Sequel is still relatively strong. And again, a lot of it's like comfort food for me, from the way I see it. Maybe Licorice Recall will surprise me, and be like very cathartic and moving for me later. I don't know. I haven't finished, or it hasn't finished yet, so we'll have to see. Um, yeah, yeah, we're both agreeing with me in chat here. But for the next season, I think again, I'm just gonna repeat mainly what I was commenting on when I was kind of interjecting a little bit on Nier and Dark's comments, which is I think next season is going to be. It's not going to be the kind of season where there's like 50 different premises. You know how I always say this, right? Near where it's like there's like a bunch of interesting premises, but we don't know how much of them will just fall off a cliff 3 episodes in, right? It's like that's always a problem with these anime seasons where it's like, yeah, we have 55 shows total this season with like 32 different unique series, but it's like 28 of them have like a
Yeah.
premise and like 3 episodes in they suck, something like that. And it's not a season like that. There's like I think much more of a delineation. Like if you specifically like the Isekai stuff, there's some okay choices, and like if you like sports stuff, there's probably not that much choices. If you like girls doing cute stuff, there's probably not as many choices. And it's like there are pretty specific choices that are like standing out, like in the storm, like Urusei Yatsura, boom, Chainsaw Man, boom, something like that. So it's like if you're gonna watch quote unquote decent series overall, something that people generally agree on is decent, you're probably going to watch To Your Eternity. You're probably going to watch again Chainsaw Man. You're probably going to watch Urusei Yatsura, stuff like that, right? And so these might not necessarily be the thing that you immediately want to watch necessarily next season. Maybe if you're the more exploratory type, if you're the type that kind of wants like a bunch of like maybe like different stuff to kind of try out, maybe that sort of like buffet type, right? Maybe this season might not necessarily be initially to your liking, but I do think that the series that do stand out are not necessarily just meme viral series that everybody just gets hyped up for no reason. All of these are pretty much very solid series. They are relatively time tested series. They are series that have a high stability of maybe you being like, oh, maybe I'll watch 2 more episodes. Maybe I'll watch 1 more episode. Maybe I'll watch 1 more episode. They have good, stable probability of being decent series. So I do think that it's worth checking them out, even if they are not necessarily initially to your liking, and just see how it goes. So a very unique series coming up, or sorry, very unique season coming up. A ton of big names just riding in the wind right now. Just everything. Just like there's so much money in this season coming up. Just Pop Team Epic, Yule Mushy Pedal, just like Spy Family, whatever. Just like boom, 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 boom. Names down the list. So we're gonna have an interesting time. So yeah, that was our preview show for this fall 2022 season. Again, very interesting season coming up. And next podcast is actually not going to be the first season that we cover it because next, yeah, the next time we cover it, I believe we're not really going to get all of the episodes ones in time. I believe like a lot of them are coming out on like the 10th or something like that, if I remember correctly, right near or something like that.
Around that 10th, 11th.
Yeah. So since only like about half of the season's episodes ones are going to be coming out, we are actually not going to do. We are not going to start our review coverage in the next podcast episode. We are going to do a side cast, doing a some special subject. Again, we haven't decided yet, but yeah.
VTubers.
We're gonna do the side cast, and then right afterwards, we're gonna be jumping into our fall season. And then by then, every anime should be in their episodes 1, 2, or 3 by then. So we'll head straight into it. So yeah, we should be on pace then. And if you do like what we do, 4-player VTuber podcast, fuck you. So if you do like what we do, we stream our podcast recording live every other Saturday starting from 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time over at twitch.tv/4playAnimeCast. That's with the numeral 4, where we talk about the latest and greatest in Japanese animation media, anime, manga, light novels, web novels, visual novels, and so much more. So you can check us out here. We have our recordings of the podcast in highlight form on Twitch, as well as videos on YouTube, so you can check out whichever format you desire. We have our updates on social media on Facebook, 4playAnimeCast, and on Twitter at 4ppAnimeCast. So you can check us out here, check us out there for more updates and news. And we'll see you next time.